Number 10, Andrew Brennan. Number 11, Rob Henniger. Number 13, Mike.
Good evening, hockey fans in Newfoundland and Labrador and around the world. Welcome to Bell Alliant Community One's coverage of Game 6 of the 2014 Herder Memorial Trophy Championship Series, brought to you by the Telegram. Game 6 tonight, folks, between the Cataracts and the Caribous. A week ago, it looked like this series was all over. Cataracts took a stranglehold up 3-0 with a victory on Friday night in Clarenville to go up 3-0. Caribous wouldn't say die. They came back with victories on Saturday and Sunday to force this Game 6 back here at the Joe Byrne Memorial Stadium, and that is where we sit tonight. Caribous hoping to force it to a final Game 7 tomorrow afternoon here at the Joe. Cataracts trying to win the Herder Trophy. Let's come inside the Canadian Tire broadcast booth. George got along with the broadcast partner, as always, Robert Golding. And Robert, a week ago, we didn't think we were going to be here, let's be honest.
We certainly didn't, George, after the Friday night when the Cataracts seemed like they were very dominant in terms of their performance. And on the other side of the coin, didn't seem like the Caribous had a lot of jump. But, of course, that certainly changed Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, it's amazing how quickly a series can change. A victory by the Caribous Saturday night, and they came back with just as strong a performance on Sunday afternoon. What do you think helped the Caribous or made the difference for them to turn this around?
I think particularly on Saturday, I can look at a couple of plays. I really think it changed, George. It might sound simple. When Keith and Ryan Delaney got back together as a unit, and I thought that their puck possession, and not only that, their puck possession, which was good, but it's filtered down through the lineup. But also, I got to give credit to Clarenville and how they were able to contain the Rob Henniger, Cam Fergus line by the Brad Crane line. I thought that was a turning point in the series, big time. We can talk about penalties and all that there, but that was the two key factors for me.
Yeah, through the first 3 games of this series, Henniger and Fergus as a unit working with Andrew Brennan, they were really having their way with the Caribous. They were controlling the puck, getting lots of scoring opportunities, putting up lots of points. They got shut down pretty good the last 2 games.
Yeah, they certainly did. I mean, they're going to get their points chip in here and there, but I mean, the first couple of games back at the Joe, games 1 and 2, I mean, they lit the lamp a number of times, and of course did the same thing when they were at Clarenville for Game 3, but that certainly changed Game 4, Game 5. I mean, with the lineup, the last change, that Clarenville were able to use last week, it became a very thing. You can see the lineup, the line matchups was very effective for Clarenville. They're not going to have that advantage here tonight, not having last change. Coach Luckenchuck, I'm sure, is going to try to work that in his favor.
Big story developing here this evening. You referenced it earlier when you said one of the things that turned the series around for the Caribous was putting Ryan and Keith Delaney together. During the Caribous warm-up, I looked across the way, and there was Keith Delaney in civvies. Went over and had a chat. Keith is not going to be able to go tonight.
No, he's not going. He's in a lot of discomfort. He can hardly walk, let alone skate. He was looking for a doctor as soon as he's got a major leg injury, and of course, I can't ever remember Keith Delaney ever missing a game in my years of watching and following senior hockey. Can't ever remember him missing it. He may have, but I can't remember. That, George, to me, is a fundamentally big loss for Clarenville. Not only does it upset a line, it actually changes the team dynamics of 2 lines for our organization. In lieu of his absence, guys are going to have to really pick up the slack and hopefully try to get them over the hump to Game 7, and maybe with some treatment, God knows he may be back in the lineup tomorrow if they're fortunate enough to win tonight.
Well, I did talk to Keith, as I mentioned, for a few minutes. We had a good chat over in the Caribous side of the ice, and it's a major bruise on his hip.
Yeah.
The muscles just tightened up on him. He said he tried skating. He really couldn't do a crossover. And Keith is sick to his stomach about missing this game tonight. This guy is
He's
a
a gamer.
battler. He's a competitor, and it absolutely kills him not to have that uniform on this evening. It's going to be a tough loss for the Carbos.
And he's a true gentleman too, George. I can remember when we were out doing the herder last year, and in Clarenville, the first 2 games when he was playing with Harbour Grace, and he came over and said, "Guys, really like what you're doing with the audio cast." Now, he always goes out of his way, and he's accommodating to everybody. He's a true gentleman on and off the ice. He's going to be sorely missed, this Clarenville organization tonight.
Yeah, Mike Halitsky inserted into the lineup. Haven't seen Mike in this series yet. He did play with the Carbos a little bit off and on throughout the regular season. He is in the he's been on their roster all year, but hasn't played a whole lot. But he's been inserted tonight. On the Cataracts side of things, Cataracts are missing a big player as well tonight.
Yeah, Greg Hoff still missing. That's a big player. And then, of course, let's switch things. You can't really do a whole lot about those who are missing, but Mike Brent back in the lineup for the Cataracts tonight is certainly a welcomed addition to have them back and have their regular 6-strong D there back at the Joe Byrne, being the team captain, the team leader, and of course, missing Sunday's game, which was really devastating to him. So we think about, yes, Greg Hoff is out of the lineup, and of course, we forgot to mention Terry Ron out of the lineup for them as well, but going back to Clarenville, Mahoney's going to have to play a bit more time now. A guy who
he's played well when he's had a chance.
Rookie
this
of the year,
series. Yep.
And so let's give him credit. And the other side, but let's get back to the Cataracts group. I mean, having just about everybody back in the lineup, except for Greg Hoff, Mike Brent there, and of course, here's another big difference, George, at the Joe Byrne compared to Clarenville is the size of the ice surface and the neutral zone. Not as much neutral zone to go around. Therefore, the wheeling and dealing through the neutral zone is limited.
Got about 3 minutes left before the start of this all-important game number 6. Big crowd expected here at the Joe Byrne this evening. They sold out all the seats very quickly on Tuesday evening when the holding seats finished up their sale. And I understand maybe a few standing room tickets were available, but not much.
Not sure if there's any scalpers outside, George, but I know that when I got to the rink an hour and a half ago, there were people outside saying, any tickets, any tickets, any tickets. And, of course, not many to be had.
As you can see, the officials have come out onto the ice. We didn't get a pregame list of who the officials would be this evening.
I've seen these officials before. I don't know them by name, but I'm sure that they're more than prepared to do tonight's game, George. Obviously, officiating has been a concern. Rightly or wrongly, it's always a concern, no matter what side of the ice you're on. I thought the officials, handle themselves well. Everybody's going to debate whether it's a good call or a bad call. That's irrelevant. But one thing we do know, the game should and will be decided by both teams, and officials are a part of the game, but hopefully they won't be an influential part of the game.
Cataracts coming out onto the ice.
We were wondering if Terry Ryan was in the building earlier, George. I never got a chance to see Terry, but I do see him over there. So, Terry will be watching in his civvies tonight, not being able to play the remainder of this series. One thing I think is key for both teams, George, we can talk about, is their momentum. I think momentum is probably a little bit of an overused word. Momentum, I think, would certainly have been a big factor if we played Game 6 last Monday after Sunday. But the fact that you have a week to regroup and lineups change and that, and of course, I'm sure if you were to ask Cataracts Hockey Club, how would you like going back home for Game 6 being up 3-2, they would take it. I'm sure that if you ask Clarenville, they feel much better.
Get the announcement of the starting lineups tonight. We'll have our national anthem shortly, and then we'll be set to get underway. And in a couple of hours' time, we'll find out, is the herder going to be raised, or will we be back tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock, for a Game 7?
George, I'm looking forward to a good battle tonight, and if be, then another great battle tomorrow. But the hockey fans of Central Newfoundland region, the East Coast region, all of the surrounding communities in Claremont have been treated thus far to 5 really entertaining games of hockey. I won't say that they were all great, but they've been entertaining and had a lot of emotion that we've seen come out the last couple of games. And all fans are going to look forward to another big one tonight here at the Joe Byrne.
Moment of silence for Mrs. Minnie Gale, mother of H&L member Gary Gale, chair of the senior council with H&L.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing.
See John Thompson, the public address announcer here at the Joe Byrne Memorial Stadium. And Chanel Zori will be doing the national anthem here this evening.
George, one of the things that we had talked about in the pregame were line matchups, and Coach Luckenchuck is deciding to start his number one big line out there tonight with a, actually he did have them out there, he's now taking them back off, knowing that Coach Hapgood cannot change. He has his Dustin Russell unit out there who usually take care, and so we see the line juggling already. And now I'm noticing that Coach Hapgood is sneaking in a change even before the game starts. This is unbeknownst to the officials, by the way.
We'll see if the Cataracts pick up on it and see if we have a...
Well, they have, because now they have...
Any kind of controversy even before we start.
They have, because now they have Rob and you can still see the players...
And again, they're changing on both sides. I think we got a lot of Caribous out there.
Referees
head off.
Referees missed it, George, on all accounts.
And now the Cataracts are going to make a change. All right, we've got this to go through. All right, we are set to go. Now, Cataracts will make a change. Look across the way Ivan Hapgood.
George, we have 4 line changes in, without the puck being dropped. I haven't seen that before.
All right, we're underway here at the Joe Byrne. Game number 6. George got along with Robert Golding. Bella Light Community One coverage of the Herder Memorial Championship Trophy Series brought to you by the Telegram. David Victor's hit along the boards by Sibley. Puck comes loose. Street has got it, tried to cut in front. He had it knocked off his stick. Brent able to hold it in. Puck goes into the corner. Victor here to the near side. Croft up ahead to Mitch Oak. Oak looking on the far side for Cran. Pass too far for him, and we'll get our first whistle, and icing against the Caribous will come back down to our left.
George, if there's any indication, we saw small Mike Sibley going in and putting a forecheck and a body check on big David Victor, and Of course, that's a little bit of a mismatch in terms of size, but one of the things that Mike does bring to the table is his building his foot speed to get in and cause turnovers in the offensive zone on a forecheck.
Now we've got Henniger, Fergus, and Brennan out there for the Cataracts. Henniger wins it. Shot from the point. Hounsell plays it in behind the net. Henniger turning there. Out in front for Fergus. A shot right on net. Cleared back into Churchill. And Jason Churchill comes up with a big save here early in the first.
Yeah, and George, like you said, it was a big save, and the fact that the Cataracts have last line change is going to be a big, I think, effective key for them tonight, because Coach Hapgood is not going to be able to match his Clan Oak line up against the Henniger Fergus line. And Dustin Russell.
Henniger wins it back at the point. Shot from Roddy Short, high over the top of the net. Rebound all the way out into center. Hounsell back to get it for the Cataracts. Hounsell across to Short. That went off a stick. Short gets it back. Fergus lost control of it as he crossed the blue line. Bous bring it out. There's a hit. Hounsell hit Sullivan, but Sweetland is away on the right side. Sweetland, shot on net. Jammed against the side of the net. It's still loose. Short has it. Up to Henniger. Henniger, he's checked by Sweetland. Couldn't get it out over the blue line. Bous will make a change. Puck comes out into center. Brandon Roach. Mahoney has it knocked off a stick. Piercy was on him. Roach has got it out at center. This is Chad Earl. Earl in on the right side. Earl with a shot. Whiffen makes a save. Hangs on. No rebound.
Now A.J. Whiffen coming out of his net, George, out on top of the blue paint. And most people know, if you watch Chad Earl play a lot of times, he likes to come down on the right-hand side, being a left-handed shooter. Doesn't drive to the net quite as lot as people would like to see. Gets a good quality shot on A.J. Whiffen, however, and an equal save as well.
Face off to Whiffen's left. Delaney won it, but it comes outside the blue line. LaPointe will clear it back in for the Caribous. Luke Gallant, Earl in on him quickly. Gallant moves it up along the boards. Gill just chips it out into center. LaPointe's got it. He'll fire it right back in again. Gallant, long stretch pass, hits Brandon Nicholas. Nicholas all alone. Nicholas with a weak shot, saved by Churchill. Around the boards, Gill does a good job to get his skates up against the boards and hold it in. This is Piercy. Kicks it behind the net. Nicholas has got it back there. Out in front, was looking for Gill. Cleared away smartly by the Caribous defense. Roach did a good job there. Cleared down the ice by Earl. He's going to head to the bench. Gallant back to get it for the Cataracts. Still no score early in the first period. Up at the blue line, Sibley plays it back to Gallant. Gallant up at the blue line, that finds McGurk. McGurk will backhand it in. Churchill out to play it. They score! Churchill mishandled the puck. Brandon Street got to the loose puck and put it through the 5-hole.
George, a little bit of miscommunication there. I see him talking to his defenseman there now. Churchill's thinking he's going to take it. Defenseman's thinking Churchill's going to take it. Neither one of them had taken it. Left it there. A very strange, unusual goal to start this game. Just 2 minutes and 28 seconds in. Cataracts on themselves. Up 1-0.
Tough goal for the Caribous to give up. A weak one as Churchill mishandled the puck.
And I mean, as anybody's known, we've said a number of times, Jason Churchill handles the puck very well and quite often. That time, not so.
1-0 early in the first. DeRozier plays it back to David Victor. That pass was behind DeRozier. Short's got it. He'll just feed it on back to Sam Hounsell. Hounsell up at center for Henniger. That one off Andrew Brennan's stick. No icing. Victor in the corner gets it up ahead for DeRozier. His pass went off the skates of Dale Sullivan. Hounsell back to Short. Short. That's a good pass for Fergus. Ferguson on the left side. In over the blue line. His shot that went off. Croft's stick up and out of play.
One of the things I've noticed already, George, is coming through the neutral zone. The Cataracts are able to come through with some speed, something that they weren't able to do in games 4 and 5 out in Clarenville, and that's got a lot to do with the matchups that we see. Going to be a hoist or an elbowing penalty. George, back of the play. I did not see it. Totally missed it. Clarenville are going to receive an elbowing penalty here.
Dale Sullivan has gone to the penalty box for the Caribous, so up 1-0. Cataracts get an early power play opportunity.
I can only assume that it was going over on a line change because he was almost in the box and seen him motioning to the official. However, Cataracts will go on a power play just after scoring a goal 30 seconds ago.
Henniger, Fergus, Brent, Gallant. Bous cleared out off the face-off. Henniger has got to be careful as Brian Delaney was all over him. Up ahead for Fergus. Fergus will drop it back. Here's Henniger. Henniger off the boards for Brent. Brent avoids a check from Roach, but gave up the puck. Delaney's got it. Gallant hustles over to hold it in. His shot towards the net. Churchill makes the save and hangs on with Mike Brent in front.
And of course, Mike Brent was devastated last Sunday and not able to play, and he just could not, I was speaking to Mike before the game, he just could not wait to get the gear on. He was just itching to go. And one of the things that you'll see with the Cataracts on their power play, they'll put big Mike Brent in front of the net, cause a bit of havoc to goaltender Churchill.
Big crowd on here at the Joe Byrne this evening. So there's an empty seat. That indicates somebody's up in the lounge. Henniger back at the point. Cataracts on the power play. Still a minute 25 left to go. That's put towards the net. DeRozier's got it, and DeRozier will clear it down the ice for the Caribous. Whiffing out to play it. Off the boards. Looking for Gallant. Gallant plays it back to Henniger. Henniger across to Fergus. It's Cam Fergus straight up through center ice. Fergus in over the blue line. Fergus will put it around the boards. Roach is there. Roach is hit against the boards by Gill. Gets it back to Gallant. Gallant puts it towards the net, bounces around and behind. Brent's got it, threw it out in front. Bouncing puck. Oh, what a save by Churchill as he got the right pad down to rob Andre Gill. Caribous get the loose puck and clear it down the ice. But chance for Andre Gill, point blank range. And Churchill got the right pad down and robbed him. Gallant to Piercy. Piercy will clear it in over to the far side. Nicholas is waiting for it. He mishandled it. The Caribous will clear it down the ice. Back to get it, Sam Hounsell. 30 seconds left to go in the power play. Andre Gill, leading scorer in the league last 2 years. Still without a goal in this series, although he's got 8 assists. Andrew Piercy threw that in front. Another big save by Churchill. This time he robbed Andrew Brennan.
George, that's got to be one of his best saves of the series. He made a number of great saves when we were back in Clarenville, but coming across, shifting from his right to his left, lateral movement, almost like an empty netter, and he came up with a beautiful save to keep his team into the game. They do not want to get down a couple of goals with just 5 minutes gone in this period. One of the things that you say as a visiting team, if you can get by the first 10 minutes, then get things settled down and you're in the game or you're only down by a goal or so, then that's pretty good.
So Churchill, 2 huge saves in the last couple of minutes. One with the right pad, one with the left.
Use both.
Puck goes into the corner. LaPointe's got it. LaPointe will shoot it down the ice, off the glass. Just a dozen seconds left to go in the power play. Hounsell back to get it from Whiffen. Hounsell watched by Delaney. Hounsell will bring it in himself. Hounsell puts it into the corner. Nicholas looking for it. Hounsell went into the net. Brennan's got it. Brennan back at the point. Penalty's over. Shot by Short. That's tipped over the top of the net. LaPointe turning in the corner. LaPointe. Cross for Tim Green. Green at the blue line, shoots it in. Whiffen kicked it into the corner. Earl on it first for the Caribous. Earl back at the point. Green, he'll backhand it into the corner. Mahoney, he's hit by Mike Brent. Street fishing for it. Comes loose. Caribous have it. There's a shot. Whiffen with the save as he got it off the blocker, and the puck goes up and out of play, and we're going to take a break.
Chevrolet Truck Month, the best time to get the best deal on the all-new 2014 Chevrolet Silverado with 0% lease financing up to 36 months or 0% purchase financing up to 48 months on a brand new 2014 Silverado. Lease or purchase, you can fill your truck with a 40 cents off per liter gas card. Receive a no-charge premium package plus a $1,000 truck owner bonus. March is Truck Month, and it's your chance to be True North Strong at Riverview Motors, Grand Falls, Windsor, or riverviewmotors.ca.
Brad Lewis for the Cataracts. Lewis up ahead, tried to get it to Sibley, comes back to Lewis. Lewis from center, he'll shoot it in off the end boards, over in the corner. McNamara back to get it. Plays it up, fires the point. Brent able to hold it in. Around the board, Street gets to it first for the Cataracts. Here's Street in the corner. Being watched by Russell. Street turns. Street leaves it for Sibley. Sibley off the boards, back for Lewis. Lewis with a shot right on net. Puck bounces in behind Churchill. He'll poke it free. Off the glass. Lewis able to hold it in. Brad Lewis doing good work. Sibley across. Street couldn't pull the trigger. Tried to play it back to the point. Nobody there for the Cataracts. Great chance for Brandon Street. Just couldn't find the puck. Mike Brent up through center. Here's Brent. Up ahead for Henniger. Henniger drops it for Fergus. Fergus a shot on net. Churchill makes a save, and he'll hang on.
George, this Fergus line here coming through the neutral zone, I don't know if they've had as much as that in game 4 and 5 combined, which I've seen here today. And the thing is that Clarenville are going to have to try to find a way to try to neutralize them coming through the neutral zone. They're a very formidable trio to try to deal with Andrew Brennan on the right-hand side coming through that neutral zone with speed.
Hounsell with a shot. Blocker saved by Churchill. Cleared away to the corner. Caribous have it. Here's Dale Sullivan. Sullivan will shoot it in. DeRozier had to go past his stick. He'll come to the sideboards, pick it up, back in behind the net, finds Dale Sullivan. Sullivan turning in the corner. Just cycles it back for Sweetland, for DeRozier. Tried to get it back to Sweetland. Hounsell intercepted it, gave it away in front. Dangerous play, but the Cataracts come up with it. It's Henniger. He's got Brennan and Fergus with him. Cross to Fergus. Fergus, quick shot. Churchill might have got a piece of that. Cleared out into center. Luke Gallant has it. Luke Gallant up ahead for Henniger. That's just offside at the Caribous blue line.
George, a good pace to today's game as well, or this evening's game, One of the things that we've noticed is how each of the teams are able to get in on the forecheck quicker and cause some turnovers. And, of course, it resulted in 2 really good scoring opportunities for Clarenville the previous shift, and the Cataracts the last shift, the same thing.
12:20 left to go in the first period. 1-0 for the Cataracts. Goal by Brandon Street. Gallant off the boards, out into center ice. Piercy has it. Piercy up ahead for Nicholas. Nicholas tried to chip it off the boards. Roach got to it, plays it back to Marty Lapointe. Caribous will dump it in. That was Mahoney. Ryan Delaney looking for it. Cataracts come up with it. Cross ice was looking for Gill. Lapointe stepped up, cleared that in. Penalty coming up to the Cataracts. It's going to be Andre Gill, I believe. Got his stick engaged with Marty Lapointe. Yep, it's going to be hooking.
Yeah, Andre was on the wrong side of Marty Lapointe. He was behind him. He got away with probably a little bit of a slash and then an additional hook. And, of course, we're going to see Clarenville go on the power play here now. 11:47 remaining in the first period. Cataracts 1. Clarenville Caribous, no score.
All right, Caribous down a goal on the power play. Face off deep in the Cataracts' end of the ice. Battle for it in the corner. Lapointe hustling to try and get to it. Sibley got to the puck first, cleared it down the ice. Fergus gets to it first for the Cataracts. He's watched by Roach. Roach does a good job to ride him off the puck. Pass ahead for DeRozier, and that is offside. Good call. Just astride offside was Ryan DeRozier.
Little late coming, however. Cataracts were screaming from the bench, but the right call was made. DeRozier, I really like the way that he had played the last game, George. He came back in with more of his intensity that we've seen for DeRozier. And in order for Clarenville to be successful here tonight, particularly now with Keith Delaney at the lineup, he's really going to need to step up his game if they want to have a Game 7 here tomorrow.
There we got a look at Ryan DeRozier, the leading scorers in Newfoundland senior hockey since coming here 4 years ago. Native of Sydney, Nova Scotia. Caribous now set it up there on the power play. Still a minute 15 left to go with the penalty to Andre Gill. Roach cross to Lapointe. Lapointe's got some room. His shot was deflected, didn't get through. Back at the point, Roach has got it, sets up Lapointe again. Lapointe blocked up high by Piercy, who didn't have a stick.
Doesn't matter with him. He's going to put his head in front of it if he's got to.
This is Lapointe in over the blue line. He's poke checked. Can't get it in. He'll try it again. This time it's Sweetland. Fanned on his first attempt. Got it in on the second, but couldn't get it deep. And Mike Brent will clear it down the ice.
Cataracts in their penalty killer, very aggressive, forcing Clarenville to move the puck just that much quicker, and with the smaller ice surface, not able to do it right yet.
35 seconds left to go in the man advantage. Picked off by Sibley, and Sibley will clear it out and down the ice. Roach, Fergus is on him. Fergus pokes it into the corner. Croft back there. Kills some time. 20 seconds to go. Out through center ice. Brent will intercept it. Send the Caribous back down again. Fergus in there looking for it. Again, Roach does a good job. Gets it to Croft. Croft swings away from Fergus this time. It's the pass up on the left side in for Sweetland. Sweetland tried to drop back again. Caribous are just offside. 1 second left to go in the penalty to Andre Gill.
And George, the second power play unit that Clarenville's put out there has been their checking line with Cran, Russell, and Oak. Haven't seen them at all in a power play situation, or very little. However, usually the second unit would be out. There would be the two Delaney's and Chad Earl. Of course, Coach Ivan Hapgood having to go and change things up a little bit, given the fact that a big guy like Keith Delaney out of the lineup.
Here's Ryan Delaney. Gill's out of the penalty box. Cantwell's on him. Gets it to Earl. Earl with a shot. Whiffen makes the save. Delaney bumped Cantwell off the puck. Cantwell comes back, gets it up along the boards for Piercy. Piercy's checked by David Victor, but gets it up ahead to Gallant. In over the blue line. Gallant overskated it, and this time it's going to be offsides against the Cataracts.
Yeah, Gallant decided to hold back on that puck, just gone in over. Did not get back out and clear the zone. Offside, just below us here in our vantage point in the Canadian Tire broadcast booth here at the Joel Byrne. Great area to call the game from, much the same as that we had in the Clarenville Event Center.
Gill in over the blue line. Shot went off a leg. Nicholas gets to it into the corner. Puck bounces out over the blue line. Kenny Mahoney, rookie of the year, up ahead for Earl. Earl keeps going. Earl with a shot. That just missed on the short side. Coming off the bench is Brandon Street. Street will shoot it in. There is Ryan DeRozier, who is not from Sydney, as I said earlier. He's from New Waterford.
Yeah.
Didn't take long for Big John DeRozier's dad to send me a text and correct me on that one. Thanks, John. Sweetland in over the blue line. Sweetland top of the circle, cuts in front. Sweetland with a chance. Sweetland couldn't get a shot away. His short got a stick on it. Cleared out by the Cataracts. Down the ice, no icing. Sullivan hustles back for it. Cataracts will make a change. Brennan, Henniger, Fergus back out there. Brent couldn't catch up to it. Brent's got to go back and get it for the Cataracts. Luke Gallant through center, finds Henniger. Henniger in over the blue line. Henniger. Gallant has a trailer. Gallant with a shot. That just went wide. Rebound came off the end boards, and Andrew Sweetland is away. Sweetland to Dale Sullivan. Sullivan up ahead for DeRozier. That pass went behind DeRozier. He'll go into the corner. Leaves it there for Sullivan. Sullivan cycling it for Sweetland. This is the big line now for the Caribous. That went off a skate, and Gallant has it. Gallant up through center. That pass failed to connect. Victor played it up ahead, and Caribous will dump it in, just in over the blue line. They're going to go for a line change. Brent will give it to Gallant. Here is Luke Gallant. Gallant at the blue line for Brennan. Andrew Brennan drops it back for Fergus. Fergus with a shot. Another save there by Churchill. Threw it in front, taken away by Victor. Pass off Oak's skate into the corner. Oak hard into the corner with Sam Hounsell. Daly looking for it as well. Oak comes away with it, but couldn't get a shot away. Now it's Bussey. Brandon Bussey, bring it out for the Cataracts. He'll just dump it in, wide of the net. Vader's hustling in there. Roach got to it, gets it up ahead to Russell. Russell will shoot it in. Cran goes in to get it off the inboards. A shot right on net. And Whiffen had to hang on to that as Cran hopped on it quickly.
Yeah, Cran showed some good speed coming down that left side. It's the first time we've saw the complete fourth line of the Cataracts in this series. Brandon Bussey out there brings a lot of energy. Daly, and of course Vaders getting his first shift of the series as well. They were up against the Russell line. The Russell line were able to get a nice scoring opportunity there. Brad Grant coming off the left boards. Quality shot. Good save by A.J. Whiffen.
Puck is poked to the boards. Gallant gets it, flips it high off the glass out into center. That came off the dasher, and Gill's got it. He brings it in over the blue line, but Brandon Nicholas was trapped inside the blue line as he knocked down Marty Lapointe and was offside.
Yeah, that's one of those ones that Brandon's trying to sell that as like a little bit of an interference on Marty's behalf, but of course Claremont are calling for a penalty, saying that Nicholas interfered with Marty, and sometimes that call is made.
Face off to just outside the blue line. 6:38 left to go here in the first. 1-0 for the Cataracts. Brandon Street with the goal. Here's Lapointe. Off the boards. Piercy. Cantwell with a shot. That's right on net. Churchill makes the save. We'll take another break and be right back.
Throughout history, some epic pairings have changed the world, like peanut butter and jelly. And a new duo is now open in Grand Falls, Windsor. Robin's Donuts and 2-for-1 Pizza. Two great tastes. One location on Hardy Avenue with the sweet treats of Robin's Donuts and the savory delights of 2-for-1 Pizza. To order from 2-for-1 Pizza, call 393-2424. Plus, Robin's Sip to Win is on now province-wide. Robin's Donuts and 2-for-1 Pizza. Now open on Hardy Avenue, Grand Falls, Windsor. Fast, fresh, friendly.
Here's Brandon Nicholas in on the left side, in over the blue line. Hit by Roach. Puck slides into Churchill. He'll hang on.
Brandon Roach stepping up and making a nice body check on Brandon Nicholas there, and that's something that big Brandon Roach is able to do. Doesn't do enough of it, according to some people, but I really like the way that he plays the game on the back end. He really slows things down in a nice pace. Never does he get rattled. Really a great puck mover, and certainly he is really good in front of his own net as well.
Face off to the right of Jason Churchill. Henniger wins it. Back at the point for Hounsell. His shot right on net. Churchill saw that all the way. He'll hang on. Shots on goal right now. 12-6 in favor of the Cataracts. Now the Caribous will get in the line change that they tried to get in prior to that last face-off.
But they're going to go to big line against the big line here now, so Hapgood has decided to change things up a bit.
Again, Henniger wins it. This is Fergus. His shot goes wide of the net. DeRozier just plays it out into center. Short across for Andrew Brennan. Brennan in over the blue line. Feathers it in for Henniger. Henniger with a shot again. Churchill cutting down the angle. Makes a save. Hangs on.
Now, of course, Hapgood is making his line change. The Russell line coming out, and immediately coach Shane Luckenchuk is going to take his Henniger line off and counter with Street, Sibley, and McGurk.
The officials are going to have to be on the top of their game for this one. Both
They are.
coach is really working hard to get the matchups that they want. There's Sibley in behind the net. Checked by Croft. David Victor moves it up ahead for Oak. Oak is checked right away. Oak goes cross ice. This is Brad Cran. Cran will dump it in. Russell go get it off the boards. Steps around Lewis. Brent with that long reach comes in and just pokes it free. Sibley off the boards. Taken there by Brandon Street. Street in over the blue line. Brandon Street tried to feed it down for McGurk. McGurk goes into the corner with Croft. Green, that is, in there for the Caribous. Here is Street for McGurk. McGurk behind the net, hit by McNamara. And we got a penalty coming up now to Mitch Oak as he knocked down Brandon Street. Hit him from behind. Going to get that call every day.
Street had gone in to give a little bit of puck support along the boards, turned his back to give that support, and of course, when you come in, you hit from behind, as Mitch Oak did then, as you said, George. That's getting called all the time. Cataracts will go on a power play again here now. 5:03 remaining in the first period. Cataracts up by a goal, 1-0. Here at the Joe Byrne, Game 6 of the Herder Final.
Cataracts win it. It's Luke Gallant. He'll hold it. Cross for Henniger. Down low for Gill. Brent threw it out in front. Nobody there. Now Gallant's got it. He'll throw it across. Puck bouncing around. Caribous come up with the loose puck. Cleared down the ice. So lots of media on hand to cover this game this evening. Across the way, we see the camera people from NTV, CBC, and of course our title sponsor, the Telegram. Ken Oliver's here to cover it for the Telegram. Henniger out in front. Brent was there, couldn't get a shot. Fergus has it. That went off a skate. Gill comes back to get it. Plays it back to Luke Gallant. Through center for Henniger. Henniger's got a bit of skating room. He'll bring it in over the blue line. Tried to drop it for Fergus. Taken away by DeRozier. DeRozier up ahead for Russell. They'll come in 2-on-1. Looking for DeRozier. DeRozier, good shot. Short-handed. Russell with the wraparound. That went through the crease. Whiffen with his best save of the game. Here's Gill in over the blue line. Finds Fergus. Fergus with a shot. That's offside. Couldn't hear the whistle.
No, and that's certainly going to be another issue tonight, George. Really, whistles are going to have to be really pounded to get it here tonight because, you know, being a smaller building with this crowd, very difficult to hear. But as you said, A.J. Whiffen had a great save. One of the things that DeRozier was able to take that puck with good speed and just ran himself over a little bit of real estate. Russell had an opportunity on the wraparound, wasn't able to get complete control over the other side.
Cleared down the ice by the Caribous. Cataracts forced to go back and get it. 45 seconds left to go in their power play. Lead 1-0 on an early goal. Dumped in. Caribous get to it though and clear it out into center. Roddy Short back to get it. Short up through center, finds Andrew Brennan. Brennan's got some speed now on the right side. Brennan in over the blue line, stops up, tried to feed it across. Sweetland got a stick on it. Cataracts come up with it though. Sweetland now up towards the blue line, kept in by Nicholas. Nicholas off the boards for Piercy. Piercy was looking for Nicholas. He couldn't find the puck. Behind the net for Brennan. Brennan trying to work his way out in front. For Nicholas, that doesn't work. Short gets to it. Roddy Short in deep. Penalty's just about over. Just a few seconds left. LaPointe, he's got it. Penalty's over. Oak is back out on the ice. He's going to stay out. It's Sweetland. He's got Oak with him. Here's Sweetland. Sweetland trying to dangle in front. He's going to try the wraparound. He'll swing it around the far side. Andrew Sweetland holding the puck. Penalty coming up to the Cataracts.
Yeah, on the back check, the Cataracts got engaged. Mitch Oak was going for the net and got hauled down, interfered as he was hoping to get a pass from Sweetland. Clarenville will go on a power play. 2:48 remaining here in the first. Cataracts up 1-0 this hardly entertaining first period.
Good pace to this game. Series got off to a bit of a slow start. First three games won by the Cataracts, and frankly wasn't the fast, wide open hockey we were expecting. Games 3 and 4, or games 4 and 5 were a faster pace than this one as well. We've got a discussion happening at center ice.
Not sure why. I don't know why the faceoff was at center ice either. I would have thought that the faceoff would have been in the Cataract zone.
That's Gallant has gone for the Cataracts. Okay, Roddy Short, they had number 4 up on the board, but it is Roddy Short who's gone. Here's Earl over the blue line, steps around Brent. Earl's got some room. Decides to drive it deep. Back at the point for Roach. He's got Croft with him. Here's Croft on the right point. Down low for Ryan Delaney. Back to Roach. Couldn't get it to settle down. Now he does wrist shot. That went off a stick. Up and out of play as Mahoney got a stick on it. The faceoff will come outside the blue line.
One of the things, George, with the power play, Clarenville, that we're able to see when we're in the CEE Center, because it's bigger, not only bigger in the neutral zone, but it's bigger in the corners, the whole offensive area. Clarenville really like to spread their D totally wide. That means blue line right across. You cannot do that here as much because the forecheckers who are killing penalties for the Cataracts, the penalty killers, are up a little higher, and you cannot trust that pass to go across. If it gets picked off, it's a breakaway the other way.
Cataracts win it. Hounsel softly slides it down the ice. 1:22 left to go in the power play. Approaching 2 minutes left to go here in the first period. DeRozier mishandled that puck. Brennan got it. Hounsel gets it, clears it down as far as the Caribous blue line where Brandon Roach will take it. Roach back to LaPointe. Back to Roach as they go east-west. Now they'll move it up ahead. Earl, he'll shoot it in. Whiffen out to play it. Whiffen around the boards. Earl gets to it. Threw it in front. Sweetland took a swing at it. Back to LaPointe. Put it into the corner. Nobody back there for the Caribous. Brent will get it. He'll clear it down the ice. 42 seconds left to go in the Caribous power play. Here is Marty Lapointe. Up at the blue line for Sweetland. Sweetland got around Brent. His shot wide of the net. Good play by Andrew Sweetland.
Great move.
Here's Earl. Down in the corner. DeRozier. Sweetland is there. Sweetland's got it. Back at the point for Roach. Does a good job to keep it in with his skate to Lapointe. Back to Sweetland. In front for Earl. Sweetland. They toss it around out there now. Sweetland along the boards. Threw it in front. Puck is loose. Cleared out over the blue line. And Roach will have to go back and get it with just 7 seconds left to go in the power play. Roddy Short's back on the ice for the Cataracts. He's going to head right to the bench. Cataracts will make a change. Nicholas, Piercy, and Gill out there. Dumped in by the Caribous. Russell along the boards. Checked immediately by Brent. They'll dig for the puck in along the boards. Nicholas and Piercy in there as well. 6 players all jammed up against the boards. Croft with a shot. That's knocked down. Puck is bouncing and cleared out. Nicholas knocks it down. Brandon Nicholas at center. He'll just shoot it in. Just a dozen seconds left to go here in the first period. Puck hopped over Piercy's stick, back at the point. Short has got it. He puts it towards the net. That's just wide. Nicholas off the boards. 5 seconds to go. Nicholas back at the point for Gallant. Gallant get a shot. That doesn't get through. Buzzer goes. That'll do it. 1 period in the books here at the Joe Byrne.
And an entertaining period it was, George. Just a 1 goal to report. Cataracts at 2:28. Street from McGurk. 4 penalties in the period. 2 each. Clarenville, Sullivan 3:04. 2 minutes for elbowing. Cataracts at 8:13. Andre Gill 2 minutes for hooking. Clarenville at 14:57. Mitch Oak 2 minutes for cross-checking. And at the Cataracts at 17:12. 2 minutes for Roddy Short for interference. Shots on goal after 1 period of play here at the Joe Byrne. 13-7 in favor of the hometown Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts.
6-time Olympian Clara Hughes has battled mental illness on her way to the top. But her biggest challenge is yet to come. An epic 12,000-kilometer ride over mountains through extreme weather, all to unite Canadians in the conversation about mental illness.
The big ride will be my toughest challenge yet, and I can't wait.
Share, support, and participate at bell.ca/Clara's Big Ride.
Share the ride. Join the conversation. Help end the stigma around mental illness.
As you can see there, that was the ad for Bell Alliance promotion of Clara Hughes, her big ride, promoting awareness of mental illness, and she's riding across the country to do that as part of Bell Talks. And she's going to be making a couple of stops at the 2 communities involved here in this game this evening. She's going to be in Grand Falls, Windsor. Clara Hughes will be, of course, speed skating medalist,
great
Olympic gold medalist, as well as a cyclist for Canada. She's going to be here in Grand Falls, Windsor at the Joe Byrne on Wednesday, April the 23rd from 7 to 9 p.m. That's a free event. You come down to the Joe Byrne here and meet Clara Hughes. And the next morning she's going to have a youth event. She'll be out at the Youth Center 200 or Youth 200 Center on Bond Street. You're going to have a pancake breakfast there, and all the youth are invited to go out. It's between 9 and 11 on Thursday, April the 24th. And then the next day, she hops on her bike, or later that day, she hops on her bike and goes to Clarenville. She'll be in Clarenville on Friday. That's April the 25th. They're going to have an event starting at 7 p.m. out at the Ski Hills, the White Hill Ski Resort. Starts at 7 p.m. Expect Clara Hughes to arrive around 8 p.m. And then there'll be a sort of a meet and greet with her there from 8:15 to about 8:45, 9 o'clock, somewhere around there. And then on Saturday morning, there's a youth event at 8 Thompson Street at the Youth Center. There is going to be the kickoff ride. Bring your bikes along. Join Clara Hughes as she heads off out of Clarenville on that the Clara's Big Ride tour.
Hopefully you won't need to have your snow tires on your bike. Let's hope and pray for good weather. But what a great initiative! And of course, Clara Hughes, certainly a Canadian treat and a great Olympian, and the cause that she's taken up certainly is one which of great concern to many.
All right, we're going to take a break here in our first intermission after 1 period of play. Cataracts lead the Caribous by a score of just 1-0, a goal by Brandon Street. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Hi, I'm Dr. Doug Evans at the Chiropractic Wellness Clinic. This long winter is coming to an end, and as you spring into action this season, if you have any old aches and pains from the long winter or develop new ones and are looking for a timely assessment and direction on how to treat your injury, drop by or call us at the Chiropractic Wellness Clinic. Our services include chiropractic, massage therapy, custom foot orthotics, spinal decompression therapy, and orthopedic supplies. That's the Chiropractic Wellness Clinic, Hardy Avenue, Grand Falls, Windsor, 489-8148.
Nobody expects to become seriously ill, but it happens. And the road to recovery often involves making difficult decisions that can have a significant emotional and financial impact. Critical illness insurance from Sun Life Financial gives you the flexibility to make choices about your care. It provides financial comfort during a difficult time, leaving you free to focus on your recovery your way. Contact the Sun Life Financial Advisor today. Call Randy or Corey King at 489-5821.
Six-time Olympian Clara Hughes has battled mental illness on her way to the top. But her biggest challenge is yet to come. An epic 12,000-kilometer ride over mountains through extreme weather, all to unite Canadians in the conversation about mental illness.
This ride will be my toughest challenge yet, and I can't wait.
Share, support, and participate at bell.ca/Clara's Big Ride.
Share the ride. Join the conversation. Help end the stigma around mental illness.
And welcome back again, everybody, as we get set for period number 2 here in the Joe Byrne Memorial Stadium with this game number 6 between the Cataracts and the Caribous for the Herder Memorial Trophy Championship. Officials coming back out onto the ice. Expect the teams to be arriving shortly. We can see there down below us the Cataracts getting ready to come out.
And George, while I got a moment, many hockey fans, baseball fans in central Newfoundland would certainly remember the name Darryl Mud Snow. And of course, Darryl, who's living away in Yellowknife, I understand, had a little bit of a health setback a while back, but my understanding he's doing quite well right now and takes in our audio cast. Former Cataract player as well a number of years back, and heard that Darryl's doing quite well now. And so just like to give you a shout out, Mud. Had a fortunate time to play with Darryl and a number of times through baseball, not hockey. I was never good enough for that, but Darryl played a bit of hockey. So just letting you know that your fans down here in Grand Falls, Windsor, I know you're a long way away in Yellowknife, but then certainly a big time difference. But Darryl works with the city of Yellowknife and takes in our audio cast quite often. So shout out to you, Mud, and hope you're doing well and a speedy recovery.
Yeah, all the best to you, Darryl. And I played some baseball with Darryl myself. Well, I was never good enough to play with him either, but they still let me.
Yeah. A character of the game, we shall say.
Yeah, we've got people throughout Canada, I know, from based on the texts and other messages I've received, people following this Herder series, whether they're fans of the or fans of the Caribous.
Well, we know that Big John is listening because he certainly made sure that we got it straight where.
Yeah, lots of people following the Herder. It's
where Ryan is from.
Quite a tradition here in Newfoundland and Labrador. Both teams now back out on the ice. Cataracts leading by a score of 1-0. Again, this is Game 6. Cataracts lead the series 3-2. If they can hang on for a victory this evening, they will be awarded the Herder Memorial Trophy, emblematic of supremacy in Newfoundland senior hockey. If the Caribous can win, we go to that nail-biting, nerve-wracking Game 7 tomorrow afternoon to be scheduled for 2 o'clock here at the Joe Byrne.
Those are just a couple of words that come to mind, but like you said, George, if it does go to Game 7, the most exciting, any 2 words, I guess, in sport, Game 7. However, there's got to be a victory in Game 6 for the Clarenville Caribous in order for us to get to Game 7. And, of course, just with a 1-goal lead here after 20 minutes of play, this is certainly anybody's game at this stage of the game. I really like the way both teams are playing, George. Control the battle of the boards. Both teams were able to have some exchanges. One thing I expected a little bit more of, George, was the physicality. Not a whole lot of the physicality in the first period.
We'll wait for the linesman to make his appearance. Now we're set to go. 5-on-5 hockey to start this second period. Hounsell will clear it in. Churchill leaves it there for Victor. Now he pokes it away from Victor ahead to Croft. Croft mishandled it. Puck comes behind the net. Now Victor's got it off the boards. Out into center ice. Short's got it. Short for Fergus. Fergus will dump it in. Right in under Churchill. Churchill leaves it there for Croft. Watched by Henniger up at the blue line for Sullivan. For Sweetland. He's checked right away. Brennan will send it back in for the Cataracts. Victor off the boards out into center. Short plays it to Brennan. Brennan just down in over the Caribous blue line. To DeRozier. DeRozier off the boards. He'll shoot it in. Whiffen couldn't stop it in behind the net. Sullivan gets to it first. Hounsell pins him to the boards. Sullivan still working along the boards. Sweetland in there as well. Sweetland's got it. Watched by Henniger. Sweetland and Sullivan. DeRozier circling out in front. Battle along the boards. Roach able to hold it in. Cataracts come up with it. In behind the play was Fergus. LaPointe read that and poked it away. Tentative start to this second period. Short with a nice move to get away from Earl. Good pass to Fergus. Fergus stops up. Fergus holding it. Fergus down low. LaPointe had it taken away. Puck bouncing around in front and Roach has it. That one off a skate out into center ice. Roddy Short back to get it. Short off the boards. Ryan Delaney got up there. played it in. Mahoney was looking for it. Piercy around the boards for Gallant. Short in the corner, couldn't find it. Took a swing at it. Delaney plays it back towards the point. That came out over the blue line, so the Caribous have to clear the zone. Andrew Piercy. Piercy up through center. Played it ahead for Gill. Gill in over the blue line. Gill shot. That one off Roach's stick. Piercy looking for it. Caribous move it out. This is Earl out into center ice. Knocked down there by Gallant. Gallant turns, heads in over the blue line. He's checked right away, and Earl has it. Good pass up ahead for Mahoney. Mahoney cutting in front. Toe drag. Shot well wide as he looked on the short side. Earl's got it. Mahoney's got himself out in front. Puck doesn't come to him. Brandon Street has it. Street through center on the right side for Nicholas. Nicholas in over the blue line. Nicholas a pass across for Gill. Just hopped over his stick. Gill tried to get it out in front. Mahoney knocked that behind the net. Green off the glass out into center. Taken there by Hounsell. Sam Hounsell trying to get the puck to sit down for him. Just plays it out into center where it's intercepted by Oak. And Oak will play it right back in again. Whiffing out to play it. Leaves it for Brent. Brent out in front of his own net. That pass missed. McGurk goes all the way down the ice. That's going to be icing against the Cataracts. We'll take an early break.
Throughout history, some epic pairings have changed the world, like peanut butter and jelly. And a new duo is now open in Grand Falls, Windsor. Robin's Donuts and 2-for-1 Pizza. Two great tastes. One location on Hardy Avenue with the sweet treats of Robin's Donuts and the savory delights of 2-for-1 Pizza. To order from 2-for-1 Pizza, call 393-2424. Plus, Robin's Sip to Win is on now province-wide. Robin's Donuts and 2-for-1 Pizza. Now open on Hardy Avenue, Grand Falls, Windsor. Fast, fresh, friendly.
Puck around the boards. Oak tips it up ahead for Cran. He's checked by McGurk. McGurk's pass went off his skate. Cran in over the blue line. Oak heading for the net. Pass comes across. Oak just couldn't catch up to it. Sibley will come back the other way. Up to McGurk. McGurk watched by Victor. McGurk cutting towards the net. Threw it through the crease. Saved by Churchill. Cran off the boards and out, then down the ice. Lewis touched it. No icing. Whiffen comes out, plays it off the end boards. He's asking why there was no icing on the call, but I think the referee ruled, the linesman ruled that Brad Lewis got a piece of it.
He did, he certainly did, and it looked like from this vantage point, he certainly got a piece of it somehow. And to the linesman's credit, he made the call very emphatic and very quickly to alert all players that the icing was being waved off. And A.J. Whiffen put his arm up, and he was confused by it.
Sweetland wins the faceoff for the Caribous. Back of the point. Croft shot off the end boards. Cleared away by Henniger. Fergus couldn't get to it. Croft has it again. That one in behind the net. Short couldn't get to it. Caribous keep it in. DeRozier's out in front. Sullivan tried to jam it to the side of the net. Whiffen shut the door, but the Caribous will keep it in. Short watched by DeRozier. Sullivan looking for it. DeRozier's got it. Sweetland's out in front. Puck came to Sweetland. Bouncing around. Cleared back to the point. Victor has it. Behind the net for Sweetland. Sweetland in the corner. DeRozier's in the slot. Croft off the inboards. Comes out in front for DeRozier. Couldn't get a stick on it as Short just got a piece of it at the last second. All kinds of pressure by the Caribous. Up through center ice. Sweetland off the boards. Finds Sullivan. Sullivan on the right side. Sullivan with a shot. Whiffen makes the save. Hounsell off the boards, but kept in by Sweetland. He's checked. Still has it. Sweetland, and it's going to be a penalty coming up to the Cataracts is Andrew Sweetland. What work he did on that shift.
That entire shift, George, that was big line against big line, and the big line from the white team, Clarenville, dominated that entire shift against the Henniger line, and not only did they get 2 or 3 great scoring opportunities, also got rewarded by having a penalty being called against them, and therefore now we'll go on to power play. 15-24 in the second period. 1-0. Cataracts.
Andrew Brennan in the penalty box for the Cataracts. Caribous now with all that pressure now go on the power play. It's Earl down for Ryan Delaney. Mahoney's got himself in front of the net. Back of the point for LaPointe. LaPointe puts it towards the net. Puck bouncing around. Somehow Whiffen got his right toe out. Made the save, and the Cataracts come up with the loose puck. Clear it down the ice. 1:40 left to go in the power play. Ryan Delaney with speed on the right side, in over the blue line. Watched by Luke Gallant into the corner. Delaney in around behind the net. Plays it back along the boards for Earl to LaPointe, across to Roach. Roach at the right point. Back to LaPointe. LaPointe's got some room. Threw it into the corner. Mahoney to Earl. Earl's checked and the puck goes up and out of play. The face-off will stay in the Cataracts' end of the ice.
One of the things you see, George, with this power play that we see with Claremont, they don't ever, or very rarely do they ever put anybody in front of the net. And of course, that makes it a little bit easier on the Cataract defenseman and their goaltender. They use an umbrella and they come around. They like to have a guy high side. They try to go the backdoor passes, and of course, you have to be very precise with them. If they get picked off in the smaller ice surface, it could be going the other way.
Puck goes through the crease over into the corner. Sweetland gets to it first. Back to Roach. Roach down low for Sweetland. Sweetland holding it. Likes to come back here to Roach. Roach just holds the line. To LaPointe. LaPointe with a shot. That doesn't get through. Went off a stick, then a skate. Roach will hustle over. He'll hold the line. Puck bounces in the air. Cataracts get to and clear just out into center. Roach knocks it down. Henniger's lost his stick. He comes over to the bench to get a new one. Shot in by the Caribous. Here's Dale Sullivan in the corner. DeRozier circling. DeRozier with a shot that just missed short side. Race for the puck. Fergus couldn't get to it. Short looking for it in the corner. Short gets it. He'll clear it down the ice. 25 seconds left to go in the power play. LaPointe has that picked off by Henniger. Henniger will dump it in. Churchill out to play it. Leaves it for Marty LaPointe. LaPointe at the blue line on the left side for Dustin Russell. Russell will chip and chase. Russell in the corner. Gallant has it for the Cataracts, and Gallant will clear it down the ice. That'll do it. Just 2 seconds left to go. Andrew Brennan's back out on the ice for the Cataracts. Brad Cran doesn't get it in over the blue line. Gallant's got it, flipped it out, knocked down by Croft. Croft in over the blue line, hit by Gallant. Puck comes out over the blue line, and Cran's back with it. For Kavanagh, he'll clear it in. Brent off the boards, out and down the ice. Croft, he was looking for Kavanagh. Kavanagh's got it through center ice. That went off Mitch Oak's skate, and Croft has got to go back in his own end to pick it up. Pass in behind Oak. Cataracts counterattack. Street. Watched by Kavanagh. Puck comes out into center ice. Sam Hounsell has it. Hounsell will just clear it in. Hit somebody at the Cataracts bench. Face-off will come out in the center ice area. 12:32 left to go here in the second. Still just a one-goal game.
Claremont on their power play, George had some puck possession, but I found that they were never really quite set up good. They were not getting it down behind the goal line enough to spread the ice a little bit more, and Cataracts were able to go into that close box, not really getting a couple of quality shots. The best shot they had was coming off the weak side with DeRoche.
Piercy against Ryan Delaney. Cantwell across to Luke Gallant. Here's Luke Gallant. He'll get to center, just clear it in. Churchill out to play it around the boards. Andre Gill is waiting for it. Gill takes it off the boards. Tried to feed it in front. That went off a leg. And Roach has got it. Up through center for Delaney. Finds Chad Earl. Earl's in over the blue line. Earl drops it back for Mahoney. He was looking for Delaney. Cantwell got a stick on it. And now we'll go back the other way. Here's Piercy. Watched by Roach. Drops it for Cantwell. Cantwell is checked. Mahoney's got the puck. Gill follows up on it off the end boards. Nicholas cycles it back down for Piercy. Piercy's checked by LaPointe. Gill back at the point for Cantwell. Cantwell with a shot. Again, doesn't get through. Mahoney's in behind everybody. Pass doesn't get to him. And Gallant's got the puck. Mahoney's going to head to the bench. Here's Henniger in over the blue line. Henniger holding it. Henniger hit by Roach on a good play. And now it opens up. Here's DeRozier. Henniger trying to get to him. DeRozier cutting in front. Big collision in the crease. Puck still loose. Finally the whistle goes.
That was a battle of two big guys going down there then, George. Ryan DeRozier and Ryan Hennigan, who had turned the puck over but got on his horse to try to get back in a defensive position, was able to do so and not take a penalty. Very fortunate for the Cataracts in that particular sequence.
Just the one goal by Brandon Street early in the first period. That's all we've got. Brennan gets waved out. Henniger comes in to take the face-off. Not going to let Henniger take it. Fergus is going to be the centerman for the Cataracts against Andrew Sweetland. Sweetland's had a terrific second period. He'll win the draw. Back for Croft. Shot doesn't get through. DeRozier has it. Sweetland's out in front. DeRozier looking for Sullivan. He's checked. Puck goes to the far board. Sweetland on it first. Back to the point for Croft. He lofts it in behind the net. Sullivan. This line is putting a lot of pressure on the Cataracts here in this second period. It's DeRozier tried to get it out in front. That one off his skate. Kept in momentarily by the Caribous. Now cleared out into center ice. Sweetland back inside his own blue line. Little flip pass across for David Victor. Up at the blue line. That'll find Cran. Cran in over the blue line. Roddy Short's watching him. Brennan steps into Cran. And Short comes up with the puck and clears it out through center ice. Tim Green has to go back to get it. Fergus is on him. That one off the boards and Brennan gets to it. Brennan with a hard shot. Churchill made the save and he'll hang on. Tim Green not hard getting that puck off the boards and out. Just left it there for Brennan.
Yeah, he fan out trying to get it up, George. And one of those things that you need to do, high and hard off the glass. But the other side, he started backpedaling. As soon as you start backpedaling, it's like the elastic band. You're drawing a guy closer to you. If you mishandle it then, it's really deep inside your zone.
Caribous get it out to center. Brent's got it. He has it taken away by Oak. Russell heading for the front of the net. McGurk's got him covered. Cran has it along the boards. Puts it in behind the net. Here's Russell. Dustin Russell circling. Back at the point for Green. Green faked the shot. Gets it down. Oh, they score! Mitchell. Beautiful pass by Tim Green.
Yeah, did he make up for that in a hurry? What a beautiful pass. It looked like he was going to let her go. Cataract committed to go down. He made a nice pass down on the weak side in the corner. Real difficult angle. Left-handed shooter. Left-handed corner. Put it behind A.J. Whiffen, who come out, challenge the shooter. We got a tie game. 1-1. 10-14 remaining here in the second period. Game 6 at the Joe.
And the Caribous earned that one. They've had by far the better of the play here in the second period as we approach the halfway point of this game. 10-14 left in the second.
And their big line with DeRozier and Sweetland have been really had the edge on the Fergus Henniger line as well.
And from down in the corner where the visiting team sits, we hear the Go Bous Go chant go up. Here's Gill. Gill circling in behind the net, finds Piercy. Piercy's checked right away. LaPointe has it. Here's Marty LaPointe. He'll reverse it up along the boards. Ryan Delaney. Again, in case you missed it off the top, Keith Delaney out of action for this game. Greg Hoff not available for the Cataracts. Nicholas chopped at it. Couldn't get it out. Kept in by the Caribous. Earl's shot went off a stick, up and out of play. No sustained pressure by the Cataracts at all here in the second period.
No, George, I'm looking over at the Clarenville bench, and they've got a lot of life here. Now, they not only did they have life during or just after the goal or leading up to the goal, but even all of this period, they've really picked up their game a considerable amount.
March is Truck Month at Riverview Motors in Grand Falls, Windsor. Get the best deal on the all-new Chevy Silverado. Right off the face-off, Sullivan got a shot from a sharp angle. Out in front, taken by Fergus. Fergus will leave it for Andrew Brennan. Brennan up the right side in over the blue line. Brennan tried to feed it in front for Fergus. Brennan's going to go in the corner against Sullivan. Sullivan gets to it first, up ahead to Sweetland. DeRozier's cutting through center. He gets the pass. Here's Ryan DeRozier. Turns to his forehand. That one off Roddy's short stick. Up and out of play.
George, you can notice I watched Ryan DeRozier over here on the left-hand side. He spotted Sweetland, or Sweetland spotted him. Boom, he took right off for the middle of the rink, neutral zone. Not a lot of room here, but there was that time, and he was able to get in, get a quality shot away. Roddy Short stayed his game, deflected up and out of play.
Sweetland against Henniger. Again, we got the two big lines. Again, Sweetland wins it clean. Back to Croft. His shot, that goes wide of the net, hit the back of the net. Whiffen didn't see it right away. Brennan has it through center, finds Henniger. To Fergus. Brennan's cutting for the front of the net. Drop for Henniger, his shot wide of the net. Sweetland's got it on the boards. Out and down the ice. That one's going to slide wide of A.J. Whiffen, icing against the Caribous, and we'll take a break.
Hi, I'm Dr. Doug Evans at the Chiropractic Wellness Clinic. This long winter is coming to an end, and as you spring into action this season, if you have any old aches and pains from the long winter or develop new ones and are looking for a timely assessment and direction on how to treat your injury, drop by or call us at the Chiropractic Wellness Clinic. Our services include chiropractic, massage therapy, custom foot orthotics, spinal decompression therapy, and orthopedic supplies. That's the Chiropractic Wellness Clinic, 30 Hardy Avenue, Grand Falls, Windsor, 489-8148.
Face off to the left of Jason Churchill. In trouble getting this one underway. Brandon Street in to take it against Dustin Russell. Street wins it. Sibley had to go in his skates. Oak off the boards. Head center has it taken away by McGurk. Brought in. That'll be offsides against the Cataracts.
Yeah, Street just caught inside, not able to get it back out in time. One of the things that you're looking from a Clarenville perspective here now, George, all they need to look up and down their bench and keep saying, guys, give me everything you got every shift, and we'll come back here again tomorrow.
Sun Life Critical Illness Insurance provides peace of mind in difficult times. Call Randy or Corey King, 489-5821. Randall dump it in for the Cataracts and around behind the net over on the far side. Getting to it first is Kavanaugh. Russell has it. Russell flips it out down the ice. That got past Mike Brent. And again, as it gets in over the red line, icing against the Caribous.
This is sort of a little bit emblematic of what we saw last week with the Cataracts, a number of icings consecutively, and that's not something you want to do, especially after you've just gained the momentum and are able to tie the game up. You want to get some more puck possession, get going back down the other end. Cataracts, they'll take them icings all the time.
Russell wins it into the corner. Kavanaugh's on it. Gets it to Green. Tim Green on the right side. Sibley got a stick on it. The Cataracts will bring it out. Checked right away by Cran. Cran will play it back in and clear it out. Kavanaugh across for Tim Green. That's going to be a glove pass. So the face-off will take place just outside the Caribous blue line.
George, I can't help but notice Tim Green. Last week he had the big Duck Dynasty beard and was sporting a clean-shaven Tim Green here today. So hard to keep up. And I thought he was wearing number 18. He's wearing 9 tonight. Not quite sure if that was true or not.
He's changed his number. The beard disappeared before last week, and he had it here in Grand Falls, Windsor a couple of weeks ago for the first 2 games. I was confused when I saw him last week. I was looking for the big beard that he had, and he'd gotten rid of it. I'm just getting used to it.
Yeah.
Here's Piercy. Andre Gill. Gill stops up inside the blue line. He'll shoot it. Saved by Churchill. Rebound in front. Another save by Churchill. Churchill's been very steady after giving up that opening goal. Shot right on net. Whiffing with the blocker. Puck goes up and out of play.
Yeah, he's been steady, George, and we saw him make a couple of game savers back in Clarenville, games 4 and 5, that really held his team and it gave them an opportunity to win. They were able to then score a goal or two. But I thought that Churchill really played what we've been used to seeing from Churchill for the last number of years in games 4 and 5 in Clarenville.
Earl on his backhand gets a shot. That one over the top of the net. Off the dasher. Roach couldn't hold the line. Good work by Nicholas to get it out. Puck comes back down to center ice. Brent plays it only as far as the Caribous blue line, and Marty Lapointe has it. Roach. Good pass for Mahoney. Mahoney with a shot. Whiffen knocked it down. Didn't control it. Puck comes just outside the blue line. Caribous will make a change, so Mike Brent's got a bit of room. Here's Brent. On the right side finds Henniger. Henniger. Cross for Brent. Brent fanned on it as he came in from the point.
Nice play, however.
Here's Henniger for Gill. Gill with a shot. That's over the top of the net. Andre Gill again continuing to have troubles finding the net. Still without a goal in this series. DeRozier, nice job to take it off his skate. Over for Ryan Delaney. He threw it in front. Henniger comes back to pick that off. Henniger to Gill. Gill in over the blue line. Gill cutting in the middle. Fanned on the shot. Cleared in behind the net by Sweetland. Around the boards. Croft has lost his stick. Cleared out into center. Here come the Caribous. It's Sweetland. Sweetland watched by Roddy Short. Short poke checks in, but Sullivan gets the shot away Whiffen's got it. He'll hang on. Again, more chances for the Caribous.
He had it, George. Not quite sure if he knew where it was, too. He just stayed stiff there, and hopefully puck came into him, and no rebound, as really a transition game after turnover was down inside of the Cataract zone. They came back 3. Bradley's coming in hard, really putting some pressure on the Cataracts defenseman.
The big line out there now for the Caribous against the checking line from the Cataracts is Alex Daly. Daly in over the blue line. Daly's got Fergus heading for that. We get some line juggling by Luck and Chuck. Brennan played in behind the net. That went up and out of play.
Rob Henniger just finished his shift there and was a bit tired, so of course putting great opportunity for Daly to come in with 2 really good players on both sides. Of course, Henniger just needed a 20, 30-second breather. He's back out with his regular line again here now, so we have the Sweetland line up against the Henniger line, as we saw almost all game long now.
Short shoots it in. Churchill will catch it. He's going to be forced to hang on to it with Andrew Brennan cruising through the area.
And if you're Coach Hapgood, you've got to like what you see from this big line, the Sweetland line going up against the Cam Fergus line. I guess he's really thrown the book out the window now, trying to match the defensive line of Russell and Oak and Cran up against the Henniger line. He's content to go with this, and why wouldn't he be?
Caribous have had the better of it here in the second period. They've tied the game up 1 goal apiece. Just under 6 minutes left to go here in the second period. Looks like we're in for a dandy finish here at the Joe Byrne this evening in game number 6.
The way it should be. This series is really shaped out to be a classic. It has all the makings of a classic.
In behind the net, this is Cran, watched by Brennan up along the boards. Council back to short. Sweetland almost intercepted it. Now Sullivan does. Sullivan's in over the blue line. DeRosia heading for the front of the net. Taken away by the Cataracts. It's Henniger off the boards to himself, trying to get around Victor. Henniger with a shot. That one off Victor's skate. Puck in loose behind the net. Churchill jumps out, pounces on it, and he'll force a whistle and a face-off.
David Victor's another big presence, George. He had missed a game back in Clarenville as well on that Friday night. Came back and established a physical presence down low. One of the things that David Victor brings to his team is that he's able to keep big guys wide, not have them go to the net quite as easily as they would if he wasn't there.
Face off to Churchill's left. Street against Russell. Russell wins it to Green. Cross to Kavanaugh. He'll move it up ahead. This is Mitch Oak. Whiffing out to play it. Puts it into the corner. Taken there by Street. Up along the boards for Sibley. Sibley off the boards. Was looking for McGurk. It's going to go all the way down to the Caribous end. Tim Green there first. Green plays it up. That'll go out of play. Went off a Cataract stick, so the face-off will come outside the blue line.
Dustin Russell's line now out against McGurk, Street, Sibley line. Defensive lines, but some offensive prowess on both teams as well. So third line against third line matchup here.
Sibley on it first for the Cataracts. In around behind the net. Green's got it for the Caribous. He's checked right away by Street. McGurk in there looking for it as well. Sibley out in front was looking for McGurk. That one off a stick all the way out into center ice where Gallant will come back to get it. He'll shoot it back in. McGurk heads to the bench holding his left arm. The Cataracts will make a change. This is Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh's checked, but gets it up ahead. Cleared in. Piercy on the counterattack. Andrew Piercy drops it back for Nicholas. Nicholas turning. Tried to get it back for Hounsell. Does. That one off Brent's skate into the corner. Kavanaugh hard off the boards. Brent couldn't hold it in. Hounsell's got to hustle over. He does. He'll get to it as Russell heads to the bench. Andrew Piercy. Rink wide, that one off Nicholas's stick, but goes into the corner. Marty Lapointe leaves it for Ryan Delaney. Moves it up towards the blue line. Mahoney couldn't handle the pass. Mahoney gets it again, though. He's checked. Mahoney's got it outside the blue line. He'll lift it in deep. Hounsell back to get it as Oak heads to the bench. Nicholas leaves it for Piercy. Piercy's got Gill with him. He'll drop it back to Gill. Gill threw it in front. Piercy got a piece of it. Churchill was quick to make the save. Gill tried to play it back to Roddy Short. Puck hopped over his stick, so he's got to go back and get it. Approaching 3.5 minutes left here in the second period. Nicholas at center, off the boards, gets it to Henniger. Henniger back to Nicholas. Nicholas in over the blue line, off the boards, taken by Mahoney. Henniger looking for it. Henniger pokes it loose, but LaPointe will get to it first for the Caribous. Have a slow moment here in this second period.
Little low.
Sweetland couldn't control her. He might have been in. Gallant has it. Up ahead for Brennan. Brennan against LaPointe. Brennan swinging wide. Brennan drops it back for Gallant. That shot just missed on the far side. Henniger in behind the net with Brennan. Henniger's got it back at the point. Gallant was leaning the wrong way, and the puck got past him. It was all the way down the ice, whiffing out to get it. DeRozier's in looking for it. Hounsell off the boards. That gets past everybody. And that's going to be icing against the Cataracts. We'll take our final break here in the second period. Nobody expects to become seriously ill, but it happens. And the road to recovery often involves making difficult decisions that can have a significant emotional and financial impact. Critical illness insurance from Sun Life Financial gives you the flexibility to make choices about your care. It provides financial comfort during a difficult time, leaving you free to focus on your recovery your way. Contact the Sun Life Financial Advisor today. Call Randy or Corey King at 489-5821. In behind the Cataracts net, Sullivan's got it. Sweetland's out in front. Sullivan back at the point for Croft. Comes here on the near side for Victor. Victor puts it towards the net. Somehow Whiffen spotted it, and he'll hang on.
That's one of the things that the puck hits you as opposed to you finding the puck. He just gets himself in position. Victor was able to get that puck through a maze of players and sticks. A.J. Whiffen in good position, able to corral that puck.
If you hurt your back or neck this long winter, call Dr. Doug Evans at the Chiropractic Wellness Clinic in Grand Falls, Windsor, 489-8148.
You said long, it has been long.
Signs of it breaking up though, Robert.
Signs, yes.
A little bit warmer. I noticed the snowbanks are getting smaller and the snow is receding.
Thank you. I love it.
Kicked up towards the blue line, kept in by Green. Over in the corner, Short is over there to get it. He's checked. Puck squirts loose. Gallant has it. For Brennan to Henniger. Henniger in over the blue line. Henniger's got Brennan cutting towards the net. That shot right on net. Blocker saved by Churchill. Fergus turns in the corner. Fergus. Brennan relays it back to Gallant. Gallant will tried to put it towards the net. That one off Mitch Oak, up and out of play.
George, one of the things that I've noticed with this Sweetland-Rozier line here, and sometimes Sullivan's out there and they mix match, is that Sweetland is really getting engaged defensively, coming down low and giving some support to his defenseman. And that's why they've got the puck more now than they used to have before, because they would be a little higher. So it's making it a little bit easier on his defenseman to get them to the puck.
Henniger against Russell to the right of Jason Churchill. Russell wins it into the corner. Croft round the boards for David Victor. Victor up and out into center ice where Henniger's got it. Henniger turns, puts it back in. Cataracts touch up. They can go back in now. Here's Croft. Fergus quickly on him. Victor around the boards. Puck comes out into center. Roddy Short. Tried to leave it for Henniger. Gave it away to Russell. That one off Henniger's face. Came out into center. Croft with a shot. That just missed. From outside the blue line. Brennan in over the blue line. Andrew Brennan with a shot. He went glove side. Fergus with a shot. That's blocked, didn't get through. Flipped down the ice by the Caribous. Hounsell going back to get it. Icing waved off. Caribous will make a change. Henniger circling in his own end. Pass just a little bit too far for Andre Gill, and Marty LaPointe has it. LaPointe across for Brandon Roach. Roach flips it up through center ice, knocked down by DeRozier, drops it for Sullivan. Sullivan with a shot. That's blocked. Puck is still loose. Caribous have it. Under a minute to go in the second period. Hounsell ran into Sullivan. Sullivan's got the loose puck. Up along the boards, Gill will get it. Gill flips it out through center ice, was looking for Brandon Nicholas, but Roach has got it. Pass up at the blue line for Sullivan. Sullivan drops it for DeRozier. DeRozier tried to get a shot away. Henniger came back, tied his stick up at the last second. Now it's Gill. Gill in with Nicholas. Came out over the blue line. He'll clear it in. Cataracts now will make a change. Here's LaPointe. 30 seconds to go. LaPointe at his own blue line, having a little trouble with it. Kicks it up to his stick. LaPointe gets to center. Now he'll clear it in. Back to get it is Luke Gallant. Couldn't get to it, though, so the puck eluded him. Out in front all alone is DeRozier. If the puck will come to him, it doesn't. Piercy moves it up ahead for Gill. Gill with a shot. Churchill got a piece of it. Shoulder puck went up high. In behind the net, Croft and Nicholas looking for it. Piercy plays it back to the blue line. Nobody there. Buzzer goes. As the buzzer goes, Victor and Nicholas do a little bit of pushing and shoving. He and Croft have words, but that'll do that. So this sets it up for a terrific third period as we are tied at just 1 after 40 minutes.
George, second period summary, not a whole lot to report. A goal and a penalty. Clarenville evens the score of 1 apiece, 9:46. Oak from Green and Russell, and 1 penalty in the period as well. 4:36 to the Cataracts. Andrew Brennan, 2 minutes for hooking. Shots on goal after 2 periods of play. The hometown Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts 21, visiting Clarenville Caribous 14.
6-time Olympian Clara Hughes has battled mental illness on her way to the top. But her biggest challenge is yet to come. An epic 12,000-kilometer ride over mountains through extreme weather, all to unite Canadians in the conversation about mental illness.
The big ride will be my toughest challenge yet, and I can't wait.
Share, support, and participate at bell.ca/Clara's Big Ride.
Share the ride. Join the conversation. Help end the stigma around mental illness.
That's Clara Hughes, who's doing that big ride to raise awareness of mental illness. Robert works out his Rubik's Cube of a headset. Gets it on. Clara Hughes is going to be in both Grand Falls, Windsor, and Clarenville as part of that tour a little later this month. On the 23rd of April, she's going to be here in Grand Falls, Windsor, right here at the Joe Byrne Memorial Stadium from 7 to 9. That evening. It's a Wednesday evening. It's a free public event. Come out and meet Clara Hughes. And then the next morning is a youth event at the Youth 200 Center on Bond Street. That's going to be a pancake breakfast from 9 to 11. Then she hops on her bike and heads to Clarenville. And there's going to be an event happening at the White Hill Ski Resort in Clarenville on Friday, April the 25th. It's going to start at 7 p.m. Going to get underway with some festivities. Clara is expected to arrive around 8 p.m. and then it's going to have a meet and greet there at the White Hill Ski Resort where the public can come out and meet her. And then the next morning, all the youth of Clarenville are asked to go to the Thompson Street Youth Center and help Clara kick off her ride as she heads out of town around 10:30 in the morning. So the big ride, part of Bell Talks, and Clara Hughes, an Olympic champion in both speed skating and cycling, will be going through Newfoundland in just another couple of weeks, and we'll be both here in Grand Falls, Windsor, and in Clarenville.
Great event for both communities, and anyway, all the communities along the route. Not your average little hop, skip, and a jump coming from Grand Falls, Windsor, go to Clarenville on bike.
No, she's doing 12,000 kilometers, so it's her big ride. And of course, most people are aware that Clara Hughes has been heavily involved in promoting awareness of mental health issues throughout the country, and part of the Bell Talks that they do every year, where they raise a lot of money for research and awareness, and through their 50 cents per tweet that they do.
That's
and
exactly
I'm sure
right.
you tweet a lot during that day.
I do, very often. Very often.
All right, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back shortly with more of our second intermission in just a moment.
High price of gas getting to you? Let Riverview Motors and Chevrolet fuel you up with their most fuel-efficient lineup ever. Plus, save more on gas. For a limited time, get 0% financing up to 84 months on select models, with all vehicles offering a 40-cent off a liter gas card, 2-year complimentary oil change, and Chevrolet complete care coverage. From the Chevrolet Spark to the 2014 Equinox, any Chevrolet model receives a 40-cent off a liter gas card.
Complete details at Riverview Motors or riverviewmotors.ca.
Throughout history, some epic pairings have changed the world, like peanut butter and jelly. And a new duo is now open in Grand Falls, Windsor. Robin's Donuts and 2-for-1 Pizza. 2 great tastes. One location on Hardy Avenue with the sweet treats of Robin's Donuts and the savory delights of 2-for-1 Pizza. To order from 2-for-1 Pizza, call 393-2424. Plus, Robin's Sip to Win is on now province-wide. Robin's Donuts and 2-for-1 Pizza. Now open on Hardy Avenue, Grand Falls, Windsor. Fast, fresh, friendly.
Hi, I'm Dr. Doug Evans at the Chiropractic Wellness Clinic. This long winter is coming to an end, and as you spring into action this season, if you have any old aches and pains from the long winter or develop new ones and are looking for a timely assessment and direction on how to treat your injury, drop by or call us at the Chiropractic Wellness Clinic. Our services include chiropractic, massage therapy, custom foot orthotics, spinal decompression therapy, and orthopedic supplies. That's the Chiropractic Wellness Clinic, 30 Hardy Avenue, Grand Falls, Windsor, 489-8148.
Nobody expects to become seriously ill, but it happens. And the road to recovery often involves making difficult decisions that can have a significant emotional and financial impact. Critical illness insurance from Sun Life Financial gives you the flexibility to make choices about your care. It provides financial comfort during a difficult time, leaving you free to focus on your recovery your way. Contact a Sun Life Financial Advisor today. Call Randy or Corey King at 489-5821.
I've been asked to announce somebody lost their cell phone, you can pick it up in the box office. If you lost your cell phone, you can pick it up in the box office. One more time, if you lost your cell phone, they have it in the box office.
pickup truck and some country music. There's an honesty. It's just a way of life rather than type that we all see. And then open is just like, this is me, this is who I am, and what's up, y'all?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to check your tickets for the 5:30 refreshments. Grab your attention, please. We're going to do the draw for the 5 dozen refreshments. Watch your tickets. We'll ask one of the referees to do the draw for us, please. This is for 5 dozen refreshments. Winning number 198884. 198884. You just won 5 dozen refreshments. 198884. You just won 5 dozen refreshments. I would like to thank everybody who's
Welcome back, everybody. We are live at the Joe Byrne Memorial Stadium. As you see below us, the Cataracts making their way back out onto the ice. The Caribous are out. We're getting set for period number 3. This Game 6 of the Herder Memorial Championship Series, brought to you by The Telegram. This webcast brought to you by Bell Alliant Community One. I want to say hello to my buddy Bill McLean watching this evening. Bill is with Bell Alliant Community One. He does play-by-play for games throughout the Maritimes. University hockey, basketball, volleyball, various sports, minor sports. He's in Newfoundland this weekend over in Deer Lake covering the girls' midget Atlantics that are happening at the Hodder Memorial. Glad to have you on the rock, Bill.
Lots of hockey to watch throughout the province this week, George.
Yeah, we got Bantam AAAs happening in St. John's and a number of other tournaments as well.
Yes.
Basketball happening too. I was involved in refereeing some basketball games last night and again this morning. A couple of girls' tournaments happening here in Grand Falls, Windsor. Busy times everywhere, that time of the year.
Yeah, it is. We have the combination of a number of different sports taking place, and it's great to see. And of course, if you're anywhere in Newfoundland tonight, it's a great time to be anywhere, but no better time than right here at the Joe. George, Game 6 of the Herder tied up 1 apiece going into period number 3. Who would have thunk it?
Yeah, this is the series we thought we were going to get back at the beginning. It's not the series we thought we were going to get when it was 3-0 in games for the Cataracts just a week ago. But here we go.
Nervous times for everybody, and I think, George, it's not a surprise to any if we say that the pressure certainly is on the Cataracts now in this period.
1-1 heading into the third period. I steal a line from our friend Bob Cole, who would say, folks, it doesn't get any better than this.
It certainly doesn't.
Caribous control it off the face-off. We have 5-on-5 hockey to start this third period. Victor tipped in, right onto A.J. Whiffen. He's going to smother it, and we'll get a face-off just at 11 seconds in.
Something that players have also got to be aware of, George. This happens quite often, particularly a warm day outside, a warm day here in the building. If you look down on the ice, there's still some wet spots, and you have to be very careful carrying the puck coming into your own zone.
Roddy Short just lifts it up through center ice. Knocked down there by Fergus. Going to be knocked down with a high stick. Face-off will be in the center ice area.
George, you can't help but think that Ivan Hapgood has got to be very pleased thus far in this game, particularly his big unit of Sullivan, DeRochier, and Sweetland again going up against the Brennan, Henniger, and Fergus line of the Cataracts.
Again, the Caribous control the face-off. They've won their fair share of those. Shot right in on Whiffen. He'll hang on again. Get 0% financing and a free gas card on selected models at Riverview Motors in Grand Falls, Windsor.
One of the things that happens now, George, in the third period as it goes on, you start squeezing that stick a little tighter. You're sometimes playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win.
And as you and I discussed off the air, that's never a good strategy.
No, certainly not.
Hounsell up the right side. He'll dump it in. Hounsell got knocked down. Puck comes up towards the blue line. Here's Sweetland. Sweetland off the boards. He'll slide it in. Sullivan in the corner to get it first for the Caribou. Stepped on the puck. DeRosia had it taken away. And out come the Cataracts. This is Henniger. He's got Fergus and Brennan with him. Here's Fergus on the backhand. Saved by Churchill. Puck left in the corner. Brennan has it. Brennan off the boards. Back to Roddy Short. Puck bounces high in the air. Stays in play. Just cleared out into center ice, but Sweetland was waiting for it. He'll backhand it in. Both teams will make a change. This is Luke Gallant. He's got a little bit of skating room. He heads straight up through center ice. Luke Gallant in over the blue line. Gallant swings wide. He's knocked down. Puck goes in behind the net. Nicholas has it. Brandon Nicholas looking for Gill. Gill has it. Gill on his backhand. In behind the net for Piercy. Nicholas is out in front. Gallant comes in off the point. That's jammed up against the side of the net. Just went wide. Back to Gallant. He'll try it again. Hard shot. Doesn't get through. Comes out into center. Mike Brent has got it. Gallant will play it in. Gallant with 5 points in that game 3 last Friday. Stolen there by Gill. Looking for Nicholas out in front. Hopped over his stick. Roach will just play it out into center. Roddy Short is there waiting for it. He'll just dump it right back in again. Both teams again will make a change. Flipped out through center ice. Short is waiting for it. Plays it up ahead for McGurk. He just relays it in. LaPointe has it. LaPointe down the ice. That's going to go all the way down the ice on the new ice. And that'll be icing against the Caribous.
Nobody expects to become seriously ill, but it happens. And the road to recovery often involves making difficult decisions that can have a significant emotional and financial impact. Critical illness insurance from Sun Life Financial gives you the flexibility to make choices about your care. It provides financial comfort during a difficult time, leaving you free to focus on your recovery your way. Contact the Sun Life Financial Advisor today. Call Randy or Corey King at 489-5821.
From the face-off, the puck went right into Jason Churchill. He held it. We get another one down deep in the Caribous end of the ice. Street against Russell. Russell's done a great job on the face-offs for the Caribous. They've just won another one. Flip down the ice. Short has it. Roddy Short. Up ahead for Street. That pass was in his skates, and Cran has it. Cran up ahead for Mitch Oak. Oak trying to get around. Hounsell does. Oak! What a save by Whiffen. Puck still loose. Out in front. Cleared back of the point. Kavanagh with a shot. That's tipped. They score!
You could see it
Mitch
coming.
Oak with his second of the night.
George, you could see it coming. I watched Mitch Oak back in Clarenville. He had a couple tremendous shifts to in-out moves that he loves to do. He had a great one there. He stayed with the play. Has been a Cataract killer, George. He's put Clarenville up 2-1, 17-17 here in the third, excuse me.
Mitch Oak, full credit for that one. Beat Hounsell, got the shot away. Whiffen made 2-3 good saves. Puck came back to the point. Shot came in. Oak with a third and fourth effort finally put it behind A.J. Whiffen, and it is 2-1 for the Caribous.
A.J. made a tremendous save on the first one with the pad save. Came back and it was just laid there. Oak stayed with the play, able to bang it through the 5-hole.
Here's Croft weaving his way. Brent back to get it. It's Henniger in over the blue line. Henniger drops it for Fergus. Fergus stops. His shot. Blocker saved by Churchill. Puck goes up and out of play.
One thing you're going to see now, George, Coach Luckenchuk is certainly going to rely on his big line a lot in this period now, being down. And, of course, if that's the case, they may tire just a tad right now, and that's something that they can ill afford to do, being down by a goal. Still lots of time remaining.
Henniger plays it back for Brent. That shot went off his skate over to the far side. Gallant will get to it first. Play it in. David Victor's got it. Gives it to Croft. That bounced around in front. Brennan hops on it. Brennan plays it back for Gallant. Gallant able to hold the line. Good work by Luke Gallant. Feeds it across. Cataract still can't get a shot. Now here's Fergus out in front. That went off his skate. Back at the point. Gets past Brent. All the way down the ice. And that's going to be icing against the Caribous. A couple of chances there for the Cataracts. Just couldn't find the puck
Yeah, that's one of the few times, George, in the last 8-10 minutes when these two lines have been matched up against each other that the Cataracts had a little bit more of the pressure. Something I'm sure that Coach Luckenchuck likes to see.
Piercy will take it against Ryan Delaney. LaPointe comes in to get the loose puck. Finds Kenny Mahoney. Mahoney up through center. That finds Earl. Earl does a good job. Delaney heading for the net. Shot from a sharp angle. Rebound comes all the way out into center. Nicholas couldn't catch up to it. LaPointe has it in front of his own net. Marty LaPointe swings away from Nicholas. Off the boards and down the ice. Lewis going back to get it. Waved off. Brad Lewis heading up ice. Lewis checked by Delaney. Caribous get it. Clear it down as far as the Cataracts blue line. Here's Roddy Short. Cross ice pass for Andre Gill. Piercy was calling for it. Puck doesn't come to him. In around behind the net. Nicholas tipped it out in front. Short puts it in front. Rebound gets through the crease. Here's Luke Gallant. Gallant with a shot over the top of the net. Short has it. Short puts it towards the net. That one off a stick up high and out of play. Face-off will stay in the Caribous end of the ice.
One thing you're seeing right now, George, is that players on both teams are getting in the shooting lanes and passing lanes, getting their sticks up there, getting their legs up there. They really don't want to be on the ice and have one scored against them. So you've got to do what it takes and get in front of that puck.
Now open in Grand Falls, Windsor, Robbins Donuts and 241 Pizza. Two great tastes, one great location on Hardy Avenue. Streeton to take it against Russell. Russell's been winning the majority of faceoffs for the Caribous. Again, the Caribous control it. It's Cran. He's looking for Oak. Oak's already got a pair here this evening. Sibley couldn't get to it. Kavanaugh. Cross for Cran. In for Oak. He'll chip it in. McGurk will take it off the boards. That goes off the glass, up and out of play. 15-12 left to go. 2-1. Caribous lead the Cataracts.
One of the things that you got to be very aware of now, George, defensive responsibilities, and make sure that you're on the stick side of your checker. The thing is, you don't want to be behind the guy. Even if it's only a couple of feet, create an odd man rush against for the other team. You certainly had to be very aware of that.
Face off deep in the Cataracts end of the ice, right of A.J. Whiffen. Henniger against Sweetland. Again, they'll go two number one lines against each other. Brennan got to it and cleared it down the ice. Kavanaugh's got to hustle back to get it. Kavanaugh gets rid of it up around the boards, kept in by Henniger. He was looking for Fergus, hopped over his stick. Caribous get it. They'll just shoot it down the ice. Bouncing puck. They'll get over the red line, icing against the Caribous.
George, they got the two number one lines here, but one thing that Coach Hapgood wasn't able to do, he wasn't able to get his number one defensive pairing out against them, and that's why you see the quick change, because that's the other side that you want. If you've got the big line like Rob Henniger out there, Cam Ferguson, and Andrew Brennan, you want your two best defensemen out as well.
This time the Cataracts win it. Gallant with a shot. That just went over the top of the net. Churchill ducked. Hounsell finds Gallant. Gallant to Fergus. Fergus in over the blue line. Fergus swinging wide. Fergus trying to cut in front. He does. Churchill made a save. They score on the rebound.
George, last two shifts, they've had the speed coming down. You can see Cam Fergus coming on the left-hand side. A great shot. Went in. Not sure if it banged onto someone, George, or what happened, but somebody came back out, found his way in the back of the net.
Looks like Fergus may have gotten the goal himself. Looked like Churchill made the initial save. We'll wait for the official announcement, but it's tied up. .39 left to go in the third. 2-2 tie. Mahoney off the boards. Nicholas will play it in. LaPointe will go back to get it. Gives it to Roach. Cross ice pass taken off the boards by Mahoney. Delaney's cutting in front. Here's Ryan Delaney in front. Backhand just went wide. Great setup by Mahoney for Delaney, and he put the backhand wide of the net. Through center, Chad Earl. Earl in on the left side, watched by Short. He'll just dump it in. Whiffen out to play it. Whiffen leaves it there. Nicholas has got it, kicks it up ahead for Piercy. Piercy's tied up. Fans are calling for a penalty. None coming. Here's Russell in over the blue line. Chips it in right into A.J. Whiffen. He's going to hang on to it, not take any chances. 13:54 left to go in the third.
Cam Fergus did get credit for the goal, George. He had come down the left-hand side. I'm not sure if he got his own rebound back or if it had gone off a Clarenville Caribou player in front of the net, but the initial save was certainly made. Not quite sure what happened after that. Cam Ferguson, however, ties it up. 2-2, 13:54 remaining here in the third.
Mitch Oak out there to take the face off. Again, Street's going to be waved out. McGurk wins it. Back to Gallant. Gallant will skate out with it off the boards, up ahead. He's got it to McGurk in over the blue line. McGurk is checked. Puck goes down deep. Here's McGurk from a sharp angle. Saved by Churchill. Kicked into the corner by Oak. Puck off the glass out into center ice. Lewis has got it. Lewis will play it right back in for the Cataracts. Green settling things down for the Caribous. Good pass up at the blue line. This is Oak. Watched by Lewis. That went off his skate. Back to the point. Kept in by Russell and around behind the net. Oak gets it out in front. Cran fanned on it as he was all alone in the slot. Just couldn't find the puck down in his skates.
Great opportunity there.
Down the ice. That's going to go past everybody. And that's going to be icing against the Cataracts.
That's going to be icing against the Cataracts, George. But however, Cataracts have a good beef here. That should definitely be waved off because David Victor opened up his legs and let the puck go right through his legs, George.
And the referee has indeed changed the call. The face-off will be in the center ice area. 13-11 left to go. Here is David Victor. Henniger almost got a piece of that. Puck comes out in the center. Sullivan will play it in. Sweetland will get it in the corner. Watched by Hounsell. DeRozier out in front. Comes back to the point. Here's Victor with a shot. Whiffen with the save. Puck in the crease. DeRozier whacked at it. Comes back to Victor again. He puts it in towards the net. Again, Whiffen makes the save. Caribou's buzzing. Victor with another shot. Another save by Whiffen. Croft with his shot. That one doesn't get through. Off the boards. DeRozier looking for it. Croft has it. He'll put it in behind the net. Sweetland in there. Sweetland out in front for DeRozier. 2, 3, 4 whacks at it. Puck still loose behind the net. Sweetland looking to get it. Finally, the Cataracts cleared out, and it's Andrew Brennan. Brennan will play it in against Victor. Puck comes off the boards right into Churchill. He'll hang on. And what action down to the left of A.J. Whiffen just a moment ago.
George, you got big guys down low. DeRozier, Sweetland, these type big, strong men. Tough to push them away from the side of that net. And the thing is with DeRozier, when he's down low, he spreads those legs. Very strong, difficult man to move. 3, 4 whacks, as you said, George. A.J. Whiffen, equal to the task, kept this game 2-2.
Piercy against Ryan Delaney. Taken by Roach. Gill's all over him. Gill knocks down Roach. Puck is loose in the corner off the boards. Roach does a great job. Went off a skate though, came in front, and LaPointe has it. LaPointe watched by Piercy. Just flip it out into center ice. Gill got a stick on that. Comes back to LaPointe. LaPointe with a bit of room now. Gets to the blue line. Good pass across. Tried to get it back to LaPointe. Gill gets it off the boards. It's Nicholas one-on-one with Roach. Gill hustling to catch up. Brent is the trailer. Brent with a shot. Kicked away by Churchill. Off the end boards out in front. Here's a chance. Rebound. Churchill's got it as Gill didn't get a lot on it.
George, I'm surprised that there's not going to be a penalty to the Cataracts here as Brandon Nicholas had gone in and certainly bumped heavily and hard into goaltender Churchill, who was in his blue paint. But however, no penalty is going to come of it. Brandon Nicholas quite lucky there.
11:40 to go. 2-2 tie. Street against Russell. Street wins it clean back to Brent. Brent mishandled it, came out over the blue line. Played back into Sibley. Sibley will clear it in. Churchill leaves it back there. It's Tim Green. Green mishandled it, but Kavanaugh backed him up. Long shot in onto A.J. Whiffen, and Whiffen's not going to take any chances at all. He'll hang on. 11:19 left to go.
You're going to see this with both goaltenders now, George, and why would you, as you're starting to get midway to the mid part of this, the third period, you don't want to try to dish the puck off to a defenseman, especially when he's being forechecked, and of course be responsible for a turnover, which could lead to a goal.
Puck goes into the corner. Russell's back there. Watch by Short. Oak comes in there. Oak pinned against the boards by Street. 4 players battling for it. Puck goes to the corner. Hounsell will get to it first for the Cataracts. Puck hopped on him as he tried to play it. Off the glass and out to center ice. LaPointe. He'll go D to D to Brandon Roach. Roach up at the blue line. Hounsell got a stick on that, and McGurk has it. McGurk gave it away to Sweetland. Sweetland had the puck hop. Short takes him out of the play. Hounsell is in there. Now it's McGurk. Again, gave it away to Sweetland. Sweetland tried to get it out in front. Puck bouncing all over the place, and McGurk has it. Knocked out of the air with a high stick. Face-off will come back down the Cataracts end of the ice. 10:37 left to go.
You're the last player coming out, George. Whether you're a forward or a defenseman, you've got to get that puck out in a hurry. If you try to make that extra move, guys like Andrew Sweetland, skilled guys, can poke check that puck off you. You don't want to be holding on to that puck a little long like that.
It'll be Fergus against Sweetland. Fergus wins it back to Gallant. Gallant off the boards, and that goes out of play into the Cataracts bench. We're going to do that face-off again. 10:31 left to go in the third.
Drosher and Sweetland, they've been switching back and forth on the face-offs, George, and they had the Cataracts number as well with these two lines going back-to-back, winning more of the draws.
Fergus wins it to Gallant. Luke Gallant cutting in front of his own net, just plays it out into center ice. Croft waiting for it from his knees, plays it ahead, taken away by Fergus. Fergus with a shot. That one off Churchill, up and out of play. Good save by Jason Churchill as he got his glove out, got a piece of it.
Turnover in the neutral zone results in a goal-scoring chance. You have to protect the puck, and you've got to be very sure when you're moving it through the middle of the zone. If it's going through the middle of the zone, it's got to be hard.
10:21 now left to go. Put towards the net by Gallant. Churchill saw it through a maze of bodies, cleared it to the corner. Victor moves it up ahead. Doesn't get it out. Turned over Fergus. Fergus will put it in behind the net. Brennan digging for it for the Cataracts. Brennan leaves it there, but Russell will take it. Referee got knocked down. Here's a chance for Henniger. Shot right on net. Churchill makes the save.
And George, that all resulted in Brad Cran over on the left-hand side. Instead of taking the safe play and just chipping it up, he's trying to pass the puck through the middle of the rink and it's going through bodies, and it got stuck back in there, went off his shin pad. You have to protect the puck and take safe routes.
Cataracts will make a change. Nicholas Piercy-Gill coming out. One cleanly is Roddy Short. His shot towards the net. Churchill reaches out, snatches that out of the air.
The Sweetland line had just come out, and Coach Luckenchuk had taken him off. He's going to come back with his number one line right now. So he didn't like that matchup, and Coach Luckenchuk at the beginning of the game was a little reluctant to have them out. Now he's going head-to-head against the Sweetland line.
Henniger threw it in front. It's a chance for Fergus. Saved by Churchill. Oh, what a save by Churchill as he sprawls. Gets the right pad down.
Two great opportunities there down low for Cam Fergus, who used the backhand and then the forehand. Got it back, and Churchill did the splits, spread right across the blue paint, kept that pad there, and kept that puck from going in. It's getting to be white knuckle time now. George, 9:45 remaining here in the third. 2-2. Cataracts lead the series 3-2.
Victor off the boards for Croft. Croft up ahead for Oak. He's been the star for the Caribous here this evening with a pair of goals. He'll shoot it in. Russell looking for it, but Hounsell gets it off the boards to McGurk. McGurk through center ice. Sibley gets to it. Good pass for Street. Street in over the blue line. Shot. Churchill saw that. Gloved it. Hung on.
Pace of play is slowed down a little bit, George, and the reason being is that goaltenders are really now very cautious and holding on to the puck more so than you've seen before. Many times before they would stop that puck and then, of course, they dish it off or make a pass. Now they're deciding to freeze it many more times.
A lot of whistles here in the third period. Here's Brad Cran. He'll just lift it out. Here's Mitch Oak racing for it. Oak's been all over the place here tonight. McGurk gets back to take the puck away from him. Sibley leaves it for Street. Street, nice play to play it off the boards to himself. He's all alone on this rush. Cataracts making a change. Shot right on net, though. That's going to force a face-off. Allow the Cataracts to make the change and the face-off deep in the Caribous area. End, rather.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you would like there. If you're a Cataract fan, get that puck in deep. Force the goaltender to make a save, and, of course, have a face-off in your own zone. It's not something that you ever want at any time of the game, particularly late in the third.
9 minutes exactly remaining here in the third. Still locked up 2-2. Dumped in by the Caribous. Hounsell in there against Chad Earl. Hounsell around the boards, comes back to the point. Kept in by Roach. Roach threw it in front. Back to Roach. He'll put it on net. Whiffen makes a save. Hangs on as Chad Earl was looking for a deflection.
Yeah, he was cruising around the slot area. You can see Sammy Hounsell trying to keep him from getting to the front of the net. And, of course, right now, all you want to say to your defenseman, both teams, just get the puck at the net. Anything can happen. Shin pad, elbow, deflection, screen, anything. Just get the puck in front of the net.
Here's Ryan Delaney to take it against Piercy. One back to Roach. Roach with a shot. Whiffen saw that all the way. No traffic in front that time.
Reason being, the centerman did a good job of tying up this centerman on the opposite, not allowing him to get to the net.
Henniger's going to be waved out as Nicholas came in a little too soon. Gill will have to come over and take the face-off for the Cataracts. Into the corner. Short trying to poke it free. Delaney's in there looking for it. Gallant out there as well. Delaney's got it. Threw it out in front, cleared away by Short. To Nicholas. Nicholas across to Henniger. Henniger in over the blue line. LaPointe fell down. Henniger also went down. Going to be a penalty, I believe, coming up. It's going to be Marty LaPointe for tripping as he fell down as Henniger made the move, and then he hauled the feet out from under Rob Henniger. So big moment here for the Cataracts. 8:18 left to go. They'll go on the power play.
This is a big moment, George. I thought actually when Marty had fallen down that he had missed Henniger, but obviously he had struck him somehow because he just put his head down and moseyed off to the box. Big play in this game right now.
Caribous win the faceoff. Victor off the boards, and that hit the linesman, stayed in, comes out into center. Linesman is in a lot of pain over on the far side. Here's Andre Gill. Got Brent in front. Brent tips it. That just went wide.
This linesman can't get up, George. They're going to have to blow this down. He's in a lot of distress here right now.
As the Caribous tried to shoot the puck out off the boards, it hit the linesman, as you can see, in the side.
Yeah, and of course, David Victor was trying to get that puck out high and hard, and he got a lot on that shot, and it got the linesman just around the lower back area where you don't have a whole lot of equipment, and he's feeling the brunt of it right here now.
Fans are reminded to keep their eye on the game at all times as the puck is absolutely played. Bingo. Cataract Bingo every Tuesday night at Royal Canadian Legion.
Linesman still down, as you can see there over on the far side of the ice. We've seen that so often this year, Robert. Linesmen, referees getting hit with pucks, hit with players. It's not for the faint of heart.
It's a difficult job. And, of course, then they have to listen to the criticism from everybody else, including us.
Oh, we'll throw it out there occasionally.
But they do a good job. Let's call a spade a spade.
Absolutely. Refereeing has been hasn't affected a whole lot in senior hockey this year, most of the games we've done.
Yeah. And these guys are troopers as well, George. We've seen officials take real hard hits and smacks and continue on for the game, for the period, or what have you. And, of course, I watched, David Victor was coming around. He's overseeing how he is right now. And that was a hard, high wrist shot trying to get it out as they were killing a penalty, and got him in the lower part of the back.
He's good to go.
Yeah, he's a trooper. Who wants to lead this game?
Once again, let's set it up. 8:04 left to go in the third period. Minute 46 left to go in the Cataracts power play. 2-2 tie. Here's Luke Gallant. Gallant centers it. Gives it to Fergus. Fergus back at the blue line. Down low for Henniger. Back for Fergus. Fergus got a bit of room. He's going to set up Gallant. Gallant with a hard shot. Rebound in front. A couple of saves by Churchill. Caribous get to the rebound and clear it down the ice. Jason Churchill has been strong in net for the Caribous this evening. Here's Rob Henniger. Through center for Fergus. That's taken by DeRozier. DeRozier shorthanded. DeRozier to Oates. Oates with a shot. Whiffen just got a piece of it and it trickled wide of the post.
That resulted in a bad pass by Rob Henniger.
And again, Henniger turns it over. It's Oates. All alone. Oates with a shot. That one off a skate wide. Caribous doing a great job killing the penalty. Cataracts looking very disorganized. Now they come out. It's Fergus. Fergus at the blue line. Fergus, he gets hammered and stood up by Brandon Roach, and Oates will get to the loose puck and clear it down the ice.
Looked like it was offsides as well, George.
40 seconds left to go in the power play. Roddy short. Up ahead for Fergus. Fergus tried to get it up ahead for Piercy. That's intercept. That hit the linesman again.
Same linesman as well.
Having a rough couple of shifts, but Sullivan will clear it in. He's going to hustle in. Caribous being very aggressive on this forecheck, keeping the Cataracts at bay. Time for one more rush. Piercy across for Brennan. Fan on the one-timer. Just 10 seconds left to go in the power play. Here's Piercy turning along the boards. Back for Roddy Short. Short in front. That's tipped. That just went wide. Caribous come up with it. Puck is held against the boards. Caribous fans calling for a penalty against Andrew Brennan and may have had a case.
Yeah, not necessarily little turf, but going back, George, you really don't want an official make that call right now. That would be a very difficult call to make. And, of course, the other side of it is the official call it right away as opposed to having him try to play it. If he had asked him to play it, then, yes, certainly would be the case. But, George, going back to what you were talking about, very aggressive on the penalty kill.
Penalty's over. We're back to five-a-side. Caribous did a great job killing that off. Russell at center ice. He's checked. LaPointe will go back inside his own blue line. Off the boards for Brandon Roach. We've got 6 minutes left to go here in the third period. A 2-2 tie. Game 6. Caribous want to send it to Game 7. Cataracts want to try and get that trophy in their hands tonight. Roach, he'll dump it in. That'll go over the top of the net. Short has it. Up ahead for McGurk. McGurk let it go and kept in by the Caribous. Hounsell plays it back to Roddy Short. Up ahead to Sibley. Mike Sibley in over the blue line. That pass went behind everybody. Now we'll go the other way. Here's Mitch Oak. Watched by Gallant. Oak from a sharp angle. Shot goes around the board. Sibley will get to it first for the Cataracts. He'll just dump it out. Croft up at the blue line, tipped in. Gallant has it. Gallant up ahead for Sibley. Here's Gill. Here's Andre Gill. Gill trying to cut in front. That one off Victor's skate. Gill's got it in the corner. Out in front for Piercy. And Sweetland got a stick on it to clear it away. Gill back at the point for Gallant. That's blocked up high. Brent does a good job. Sweetland gets to it. He'll clear it down the ice. Gallant back to get it. Inside 5 minutes to go. Sweetland able to hold it in. Here's DeRozier. DeRozier with a shot. That just missed as he had the short side picked. Cataracts get it. Clear it out. What a chance for Ryan DeRozier.
Got a lot on that shot as well. Great wrist shot.
4.5 to go. Puck comes outside the blue line. Henniger plays it back to Gallant. Luke Gallant off the boards. Will dump it in. Caribous will make a change. Long pass up through center. Knocked down by Henniger. Cataracts got to get off the ice. It's going to be knocked down by a high stick. And be quick to make that line change, or it could have been caught with too many men.
It would have been, George, and they are very lucky that it had been deflected. You could see them scrambling to try to get in. And of course, you're looking at now 4 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in this period. To get caught with too many men on the ice at this stage of the game, it could be disastrous.
Here we go. Face off deep in the Cataracts end of the ice. Oak with a shot over the top of the net. LaPointe able to hold it in. He'll put it in around behind the net. Russell's got it back there. Hounsell couldn't get it past Oak. Russell's got it again. It's got Cran out in front. Russell still with the puck. Dustin Russell back at the point for LaPointe. He'll put it back in deep again. Mitch Oak is back there, but Hounsell intercepted it. Hounsell gets it up ahead. This is Henniger. Henniger across for Fergus. Fergus pokes it ahead. Brennan's going to get to it first for the Cataracts in the corner. LaPointe intercepts it, and Brennan is down and injured in the corner.
It's going to be a penalty. It looks like it's going to be a headshot being called against Brad Cran in here in the corner on Andrew Brennan. And if this is not a change of events here now, 3:44 remaining in the third, I don't know what is.
So 3:44 left to go. Cataracts back on the power play. They did nothing really with their first opportunity. Had one good scoring chance. Caribous did a great job of killing it off. Now they've got to do it again. We are late in this game.
Brad Cran is going to receive a 2 minutes for checking to the head, George, and I think that comes with it an automatic 10-minute misconduct as well. We'll have to wait for the call, and if that's the case, he's going to be gone for the rest of this period, and if it goes into overtime, 8.5 minutes into the overtime session, and Brad Cran has been a very good player for this team here today.
Yeah, there is a misconduct being called as well because we got another Caribou come over to serve.
They have Mitch Oak. Kind of a surprise to me that Mitch Oak will be serving. I know it's 2 minutes, but I want Mitch Oak on my bench, not in the penalty box.
So Cataracts on the power play is Roddy Short. Down for Piercy. Piercy back to Short. He'll go across to Gallant. Puck hopped on him. He'll put it in behind the net. Victor's waiting for it. Nicholas is on him. Street looking for it. Brandon Street in there. Piercy's got it. He's checked by Roach. Puck comes loose. Sweetland has it, and Sweetland will clear it down the ice.
It is a 2-minute checking to the head and 10-minute misconduct. Very unfortunate for Brad Cran.
Minute 25 left to go in this power play. Big one here for the Cataracts. That pass hit Fergus in the back of the legs. He'll give it back to Roddy Short. Back to Fergus. Slow developing here for the Cataracts. Henniger goes cross ice for Andre Gill. Gill's in over the blue line. Gill will stop up along the boards. Feed it back for Roddy Short. Short cross here on the near side for Gallant. Gallant puts it towards the net. That bounced around. Puck is on the mesh. Some fans thought it had gone in. Another whack at it by Fergus. Oates comes in to clear him out. Yeah, the puck hit the side of the net, set on the mesh. Some fans thought it had gone in.
Yeah, it certainly hadn't gone in, George. And
no.
The goal judge was a little quick to pull the trigger on that one as the red light went on.
I didn't even notice the red light.
It came off as quickly as it went on, however. But it was a bouncing puck to the side, and goaltender Churchill had to be very aware of that because it had crossed and came back and hit the mesh. But as you had said, the mesh was on the back of the mesh, not in between the posts.
59 seconds left to go in the power play. Cataracts now get the first power play unit out there with Henniger, Fergus, Brent, Gill, and Gallant. Here's Gallant back at the blue line, across for Gill. Andre Gill for Fergus. Puck bounced on him. He's able to keep it in over the blue line, though. Gill back for Gallant. Down low. Henniger back to Gallant. Gallant fakes it. Cross to Henniger. Henniger to Fergus. Fergus to Henniger. His shot. That went off a skate wide. Fergus has got it. 30 seconds left to go. Puck is cleared out. Here's Dustin Russell. Russell shorthanded. He'll just dump it in. Gallant up ahead for Gill. Gill's in over the blue line. Gill with a shot as he was looking for the far side. Henniger hustles over to keep it in behind the net. Brent can't get to it. Gallant's going to hustle in. Sweetland gets to it first. Henniger's back there all alone. Flips it up ahead for Brent. Just 4 seconds left to go in the power play. Brent will dump it in. Rocher on the near side. Again, the Caribous with great effort killing that penalty as well. Cleared down the ice. Icing against the Caribous. We have to take our final break.
High price of gas getting to you? Let Riverview Motors and Chevrolet fuel you up with their most fuel-efficient lineup ever. Plus, save more on gas. For a limited time, get 0% financing up to 84 months on select models, with all vehicles offering a 40-cent off a liter gas card, 2-year complimentary oil change, and Chevrolet complete care coverage. From the Chevrolet Spark to the 2014 Equinox, any Chevrolet model receives a 40-cent off a liter gas card.
Complete details at Riverview Motors or riverviewmotors.ca.
Bous will flip it out into center ice back to the Cataracts blue line. A minute 20 left to go here in the third period. At its center, Piercy tips it ahead to himself. Andrew Piercy in over the blue line. Piercy with a toe drag. His shot goes wide of the net. Short couldn't hold the line. Cleared back out. Hounsel's got it. Sam Hounsel. He was looking for Piercy. Victor gets to it. Over on the far side, it's Ryan DeRozier. DeRozier in over the blue line. Checked by Henniger. In the corner, Hounsel's got it. He'll reverse it around the boards. Taken there by Cam Fergus. Fergus 1-on-3. Fergus in over the blue line. Fergus cutting in front. Fergus couldn't get a shot away. He still got it in the corner. Under a minute to go here in the third period. Gill jumps on it. Gill along the boards battling for it. Ryan Delaney comes in to get it. Delaney up at the blue line. Good pass. Oak up ahead for Russell. He was looking back for Mitch Oak, and Fergus has got it. Fergus gave it away to Dustin Russell. Andre Gill out at center. Gill back for Gallant. 15 seconds now left to go. Fergus in the corner. Ferguson around behind the net. LaPointe fanned on it. Puck bounces around now. LaPointe's got it. Looks like we're going to head for overtime here, folks, with just 3 seconds. LaPointe will shoot it down the ice. That goes wide of the net. There goes the buzzer. And for the first time in this series, we're going to go to an extra period.
Why not? It is exciting, George. We've talked about this game and this series. And, of course, Cataracts being up 3-0 in the series. And now we are tied up at 2 goals apiece here in Game 6 at the Joe. It is exciting, folks.
How's your blood pressure, Robert? Did you take your pills this morning?
I'm going to need an extra.
Take a double dose.
I'm going to need an extra. Third period summary. A goal apiece. Clarenville scores at 2:43. Mitch Oak is second of the afternoon. From assists going to Dustin Russell and Kavanagh. Cam Fergus ties it up 5:21 from Luke Gallant and Sammy Hounsel. 2 penalties in the period, both to Clarenville. 11:42. LaPointe, 2 minutes for tripping. And at 16:16, Brad Cran, 2 minutes for checking to the head and a 10-minute misconduct. After 3 periods of play, 36-22 in favor of the Cataracts. Shots on goal. Stay tuned.
All right, we're going to take a commercial break, and then we're going to take a break ourselves and be back for the overtime period. So stay with us. Overtime between the Cataracts and the Caribous.
Chevrolet Truck Month, the best time to get the best deal on the all-new 2014 Chevrolet Silverado with 0% lease financing up to 36 months or 0% purchase financing up to 48 months on a brand new 2014 Silverado. Lease or purchase, you can fill your truck with a 40 cents off per liter gas card. Receive a no-charge premium package plus a $1,000 truck owner bonus. March is Truck Month, and it's your chance to be true north strong at Riverview Motors, Grand Falls, Windsor, or riverviewmotors.ca.
Throughout history, some epic pairings have changed the world, like peanut butter and jelly. And a new duo is now open in Grand Falls, Windsor. Robin's Donuts and 2-for-1 Pizza. 2 great tastes. 1 location on Hardy Avenue with the sweet treats of Robin's Donuts and the savory delights of 2-for-1 Pizza. To order from 2-for-1 Pizza, call 393-2424. Plus, Robin's Sip to Win is on now province-wide. Robin's Donuts and 2-for-1 Pizza. Now open on Hardy Avenue, Grand Falls, Windsor. Fast, fresh, friendly.
Hi, I'm Dr. Doug Evans at the Chiropractic Wellness Clinic. This long winter is coming to an end, and as you spring into action this season, if you have any old aches and pains from the long winter or develop new ones and are looking for a timely assessment and direction on how to treat your injury, drop by or call us at the Chiropractic Wellness Clinic. Our services include chiropractic, massage therapy, custom foot orthotics, spinal decompression therapy, and orthopedic supplies. That's the Chiropractic Wellness Clinic, 30 Hardy Avenue, Grand Falls, Windsor, 489-8148.
Nobody expects to become seriously ill, but it happens. And the road to recovery often involves making difficult decisions that can have a significant emotional and financial impact. Critical illness insurance from Sun Life Financial gives you the flexibility to make choices about your care. It provides financial comfort during a difficult time, leaving you free to focus on your recovery your way. Contact the Sun Life Financial Advisor today. Call Randy or Corey King at 489-5821.
Six-time Olympian Clara Hughes has battled mental illness on her way to the top. But her biggest challenge is yet to come. An epic 12,000-kilometer ride over mountains through extreme weather, all to unite Canadians in the conversation about mental illness.
The big ride will be my toughest challenge yet, and I can't wait.
Share, support, and participate at bell.ca/Clara's Big Ride.
Share the ride. Join the conversation. Help end the stigma around mental illness.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's still 4 tickets outstanding on that draw that Wally Lane was selling, and the numbers are 516-146. That's 516-146, 516-171, 516-180, and 515-902. You see Mr. Stan Kaufman, he'll take care of you. I'll give you those numbers again. 4 still not clean. 516-146, 516-171, 516-180, 515-902.
Welcome back live to the Joe Byrne Memorial Stadium, getting set for overtime between the Cataracts and the Caribous. Game 6 of the Herder Memorial Trophy Championship Series, brought to you by the Telegram. Pleased to bring you this webcast thanks to Bell Alliant Community One. George got along with Robert Golding. Sudden death, sudden victory, whichever you prefer. Caribous score. We're back here tomorrow afternoon, 2 o'clock for Game 7. Cataracts score, and the series is over. That's simple.
That sums it up right there, George. And I've noticed, too, as the teams were coming out, they decided to go to their own ends that they would play in the third period. However, the official told them, nope, we're going to the first period of overtime. We do switch ends and nets again. Of course, that's a big point, too, George, just like we are in the second period. You have the line change, and that's very important for defensemen, particularly now. We're gone into overtime. You've already just played 60 minutes. The ice is a little slow. It's wet in places. You had to be very cautious, and when you go to make your line change, you had to be very aware of getting off in a hurry.
It's been as we talked about earlier, Robert, a long, cold winter throughout the province. We in Central haven't been spared that, but fairly mild today, and that's causing a little bit of problems with the ice this evening. You see a lot of water still out there. It hasn't frozen since
and
the flood that happened 10-15 minutes ago they finished.
Yeah, so Joe, but that coupled with the fact that it's a big full crowd here tonight as well, and some more body heat here in the building, and of course because of that, the ice is not what it would be or what they would like to have it. Still see the officials squeegeeing down around the goaltenders, and even from our vantage point, George, we can still see a lot of water on the ice.
There's some work in the crease there behind A.J. Whiffen. 20 minutes will play, or until a goal is scored. Nothing happens after 20 minutes. Back to the dressing room, and we'll do it again.
Henniger, Fergus, Brennan, DeRocher, Sweetland, Sullivan.
Okay, guys, here we go. Next goal wins it. Zamboni entrance is not closed.
Short, Hounslow.
So we're going to get another little further delay. See,
Victor.
The gate's supposed to be going down. It's going up. Now it's going in the right direction. Just to add to the tension. We'll wait for that Zamboni gate to close completely. Now we're underway. Henniger against Sweetland. DeRocher plays it back to David Victor off the boards. Brennan knocks it down, plays it in. He kept it onside. Here's Henniger. He was looking for Fergus. Croft in the corner, checked by Fergus. Fergus has got it along the boards. Croft gets back up, knocks the puck loose. Sam Hounsell. Hounsell across for Brennan. Brennan will shoot it in. Puck bounces out in front. Churchill's going to hang on to it. Robert didn't have time to get predictions in, but let's play the game.
Me first?
Sure.
Sullivan for Clarenville, Fergus for the Cataracts.
Okay, I'll go with Andre Gill, who hasn't scored yet. I'm going to go with Ryan DeRozier for the Caribous. Henniger with a shot right on net. Churchill steers it away to the boards. That gets past Sam Hounsell all the way down the ice. Going to rule Hounsell touched it, so no icing. Short turns, falls down in behind the net, gets right back up again. Ahead to Andrew Brennan. Brennan in on the right side. He's got Fergus heading for the net in front. That one off a skate wide. Puck set to the side of the net, cleared away by Victor. Sweetland turning in the corner. Over on the far side for Croft. Croft up through center, taken by DeRozier. DeRozier will backhand it in. That line will go for a change. Short back to get it. Here's Andrew Piercy. Piercy swinging away at center. Ran into the linesman. Puck goes in deep. Cleared out by Ryan Delaney. Luke Gallant. He's got to wait for his teammates to get onside. Gallant in for Gill. Gill turning along the boards. It's going to be glove pass as it was touched by a Cataract.
Yeah, good call there. Linesman Johnny on the spot for that call. And, of course, we talk about players. They're under a bit of nervousness, and, goaltenders and all five of the skaters. Officials are too, George, and they want to make the correct calls all the time and very quick.
Delaney plays it back to Roach. He'll give it back to Delaney. Here's Ryan Delaney in over the blue line. Drops it for Mahoney. Mahoney slides it in front. Steered away by Whiffen. Delaney circling in along the boards. He'll cycle it down low. Earl threw it through the crease, was looking for Mahoney, comes back to LaPointe, but the net has been knocked off. What a chance for the Caribous.
What a great opportunity down low, George. The Cataracts got mismatched. They had two guys going in the corner. Wide open. Mahoney coming here, made a nice move coming across, and only for A.J. Whiffen getting a stick out their leg. That could have been lights out for the Cataracts.
Minute 36 gone by here in the first overtime.
And George, here's something else that both coaches got to be aware of. You just can't decide to go with two lines down the third period. You've got to use your third line because you don't know how long this is going to go.
Yeah, you like to finish it early, but straight against Delaney. Brought in by Earl. He's checked right away, and Sibley's got the puck. Mike Sibley, watched by Mahoney. He'll just play it down to the Caribous blue line. Here's Brandon Roach up ahead. Hounsell played that with his stick, or skate rather. Taken away by Marty LaPointe. Here's LaPointe. He'll shoot it in. Whiffen will catch it. He's just going to hang on.
You're going to see a lot of that in this period, George. Goaltenders are not going to take any chances.
Saw a lot of it in the third period. It's just going to carry through here into the overtime.
Face-offs are so critical at this juncture.
Russell's been doing a good job for the Caribous. He wins that one right off the face-off. Oak had a chance, but Sibley tied his stick up, and it's McGurk. McGurk will shoot it in. He's going to go in to chase. McGurk gets it off the boards. Hauled down by Kavanaugh. And it is going to be a penalty on this one, Robert.
Yeah, and really the official had no other choice but to call that, George, and give credit to McGurk for keeping his legs going. We could see that there was a bounce coming off of the backboards, and of course he was able to get off to the races. Clarenville defenseman was left with Kavanaugh, left with no other choice really but to upend him. If not, he was going to be going in all alone.
We said we'd hate to see a penalty in the third period unless it's on a scoring opportunity or something obvious.
And that was.
Case in point. Cataracts is their third power play here late in this game. Here's Gill. Gill with a shot. That just went wide. Brent jams it. Gill looking for it. Henniger scores! Rob Henniger! Rob Henniger has won it for the Cataracts. And the Cataracts are 2014 Herder Memorial Trophy champions.
George, we didn't know if it was going to be long or short. 2 minutes, 14 seconds in. Rob Henniger, the hero for the Cataracts here in Game 6. You have the feel for these Clarenville Caribous who battled so hard. And, of course, Rob Henniger had an eternity of time on the side of the net.
Yeah, he knew he had that goal. He waited to make sure he put it in. No panic. And there we see the celebration down in the corner as the Cataracts celebrate their Herder victory. And what started off to be a bit of a snooze, really, Robert, through the first three games of this Herder turned into a gym dandy. We saw three terrific games over the last three. Great effort here by the Caribous. This one could have gone either way.
Yeah, it certainly
Credit Kyle McGurk for that play where he shot it in off the boards and chased it, beat the Caribou defenseman to it. That's what set everything up.
His foot speed, George, he never stopped. He kept going and going. It really put the pressure. And we've seen with the fast ice, or excuse me, with the good clean ice here now in this third period, it was able to bounce right back out, and because of that, he just kept the feet going. And that's something that you need to do.
We're going to stay with this for the presentations. We're going to award the Cliff Gorman Award for the MVP of the Herder, and also they'll award, of course, the Herder Trophy as well.
I see President Stan Coffin out on the ice with the Cataracts, George, and of course...
now we're going to get our handshake. Go ahead, Robert.
And of course, no one any more delighted than him. And of course, first guy to shake hands there, Rob Henniger, a true class individual, ultimate professional.
Well, I tell you, Rob is we've been hanging around the Cataracts all year. Rob's not a guy who says very much. Very man of few words, to say the least.
Man of few words, yeah.
Very quiet guy, but I don't know. I guess I'd have to go with Henniger as the MVP for this Herder. Feel free to disagree, Robert.
George,
it's just an opinion.
No, I can't disagree. I mean, that entire line played extremely well. Andrew Brennan, doesn't get the accolades that, say, a Cam Fergus may, but at the same time, you can flip a coin with either one of them. Can't forget Luke Lant, a big game as well. Good series. Loved a lot of critical ice time. And pivotal guy, Rob Henniger, you know, I wouldn't be the least bit surprised and would not be surprised if he's named the MVP of this Hurler Championship.
You look across the way, you see Cataracts announcer John Thompson will be announcing the winner of the awards. Joe Maynard representing Hockey Newfoundland and Labrador here this evening. You see him holding the Gorman Trophy. That's the MVP trophy. Last time Cataracts won the Hurler, Mike Sibley won that.
George, I look
last year it was Ryan Delaney for the Seabees.
Yeah, Ryan Delaney had a tremendous. George, I'll go back to games 4 and 5. Ryan Delaney in games 4 and 5 in Claremont reminded me of how he had played last year.
I see Brad Lewis and Terry Ryan shaking hands. Terry not available this weekend.
And of course,
he and Andrew Piercy. There's a couple of guys who've been around senior hockey for a while.
And going back to their Mount Pearl days as well, George. They played a lot of hockey together with each other.
Yeah. Assistant coaches Paul Glavine, Brian Tremblett, Cataracts president, and chief money guy Stan Coffin works tirelessly 12 months of the year.
Stan sleeps a couple hours a day. That's it.
He runs Cataracts Bingo every Tuesday night. He's the one who got all the ticket draws on the go, gets all the advertising. So he's a happy man here this evening. Head coach Shane Luckenchuck there again with Terry Ryan. Todd Brett, assistant coach of the Caribous.
George, it took the Cataracts a while to seal the deal. It certainly wasn't looking good for a while after getting up 3-0 and then losing a couple of games 5-2 in Clarenville, but that's all forgotten now.
A lot of nervous fans at the Joe Byrne here this evening. A lot of nervous fans in Grand Falls Windsor all week long. They could feel the Caribous breathing down their necks.
Yeah. George, I really feel for Keith Delaney. Unfortunate that he was not able to go today with that injury. You know, a true warrior, to say the least. You know, I know it's very, very painful for him. Not so much physically, but certainly emotionally. It's a very difficult time for Keith Delaney. But hats out to this Clarenville Caribous team. They gave the Cataracts everything that they could, and a goal away from going to Game 7. However, that's history right now. The Clarenville Caribous certainly a very formidable foe to this Grand Falls Windsor Cataract team, who have been, in the upper echelons in the league now the last number of years.
Getting people weighing in over the internet on who may be possible MVPs. Suggesting either one of the goaltenders might be worth it or worthy of it. Let's throw it down to John Thompson.
Participating in tonight's post-game ceremonies, representatives from the Telegram, title sponsor of the series, the Gorman family, and Hockey Newfoundland and Labrador, the governing body of senior hockey in the province. Representing the Telegram, Miss Kitty Dean, office manager of the Advertiser.
Kitty Dean from the Advertiser, representing the Telegram, post-game ceremonies this evening.
Representing the Gorman family, Mr. Mike Gorman.
Mr. Mike Gorman, son of the man who the trophy is named after, Tommy Gorman.
Mr. Murray Roberts, Vice President. Mr. Joe Maynard, Senior Director. And Mr. Andy Brake, Senior
So we got Murray Roberts, Joe Maynard, and Andy Brake representing Hockey Newfoundland and Labrador coming to center ice.
At this time, I would like to call upon Mr. Murray Roberts for a few words. Thank you, John.
Murray Roberts.
First of all, on behalf of President Jack and the Board of Directors of Hockey Newfoundland and Labrador, I would like to congratulate two fine hockey teams, the Clarenville Caribous and the winner of the 2013 On behalf of Gary Deal, who couldn't be here tonight, as we had heard in the pregame ceremony,
It is imperative that hockey stays alive and well in Newfoundland. Nowhere in this province has been more alive and well right here in this town this year. I would like to thank on behalf of Hockey Newfoundland and Labrador, the Clarenville community and the Grand Falls Metro community for the hospitality over the last couple of weekends. I would like to thank the teams for a tremendous series and a well-hired fought-back series by Clarenville. I would like to thank two very special people. Two special people from this community that don't get much recognition. And them two special people brings this game to the people who can't get in this rink. They're not mentioned often, but I'm going to tell you that George Scott and Russell
Very nice, Mary.
Unexpected recognition.
I would like to say that earlier this year, George and Watsy were both invited to do the World Under 17. These guys that do the booth right here and for the Herder this year, and they did the World Under 17 5 games in Nova Scotia. Hats off to these guys up there.
Okay, Mary, let's get back to the hockey. Enough about us.
Last but not least, certainly not least, and the most important people in this ring, and that's you, the fans.
Without the fans, we wouldn't be here.
That's what senior hockey is all about. I've been saying it all along.
You have
about providing entertainment for fans in smaller communities. That's the heart of senior hockey.
Yeah, I love it. To see a full building all the time.
Thank you very much.
Murray said we did 5 games at the World Under 17. We did 9.
Yeah.
Just to throw that out there.
2005 Hockey Newfoundland
And enjoyed everyone.
established the Cliff Gorman Memorial Award.
Cliff Gorman
Presented
Memorial Award.
annually to the player judged most valuable to his team, Herder Memorial Series. This award is presented in memory of the late Cliff Gorman, who was instrumental in fostering and promoting senior hockey in Corner and the province for many years. At this time, I'd like to call upon Mr. Mike.
I'm glad John is now fighting with that wireless mic, which I had to do for a number of years. He can have it now. It tends to cut out from time to time here.
Gorman Memorial Award 2. From the Grand Falls Winter Cataracts, number 1,
A.J. Riffin picks up the Cliff Gorman Award. I will say that I got a tweet from John DeRozier who said, either one of the goalies, and John, you're right. A.J. Riffin caps off an incredible season.
Both goaltenders did play extremely well, George. And they may have gotten overlooked because of the high-flying offense, but you think about it, a number of low-scoring games as well. And, of course, it's not that they made lots of saves, but they made great, important saves at critical times, George.
Jason Churchill tonight kept his team in. They were down 1-0. Cataracts were pressing. He made 2 incredible saves earlier. Could have put this game out of reach. Kept his team in it, which he's done time and time again. Now we'll get the awarding of the Herder Memorial.
The Herder Trophy was first presented in 1935 by the Telegram in honor of the Herder family, the Telegram's founders. The Telegram continues to be a supporter of provincial senior hockey and provides extensive coverage and support to the league. At this time, I would like to call upon Miss Kitty D, representing the Telegram.
Here we see the Herder being brought to center ice.
The 2014 Herder Memorial Trophy.
Don Kelly, the refereeing chief, bringing the trophy out.
Mr. Mike.
There's Mike Brent, captain of the Cataracts, coming up to accept the trophy, along with the assistant captains Luke Gallant, Sam Hounsell, and Andrew Piercy. once that's completed, we'll see the Caribous head off. The Cataracts, no doubt, will do their victory lap with the trophy, as is always the tradition.
Congratulations to both teams, a tremendous 2014, and hats off to the Grand Falls Windsor Cataracts. Another Herder Memorial Trophy, George. I believe that brings the total to 12.
Well, as we get a look at some of the fans enjoying the Herder victory for the hometown Cataracts, Robert, bittersweet in a way. That clues things up for us for another season.
What do we do next weekend?
Yeah, actually, I'll be doing some basketball in a couple of weeks' time. We've got a provincial championship here in town. We'll be doing that for Bell, but and maybe some other things as the summer progresses. And we see AJ Whiffen with the trophy. But yeah, that completes another year of senior hockey for us. I remember last year when we finished up at the SW Morris, the final game as the Seabees were awarded the Herder. I thought, I can't believe it's over already.
No, exactly.
4 years now I've been doing this, and
a couple for me, and I tell you, 2 years just fly by.
Can't wait for October. We'd get to do it again.
Yes, indeed.
Let's just come back inside the booth one more time here. Again, this is Robert Golding. I'm George Scott, and I want to thank Murray Roberts for his kind words.
Yes.
Hey, listen, we
do
this.
Expected.
I mean, we do this because we it's nice to get the games out to people who can't get here. But let's be honest, we do it because we absolutely love doing this. This is the most fun I've had in my life covering senior hockey. I can't wait for another season. I really can't.
No, it's great. It's great to be a part of it, George, and great for Bell and all of our sponsors. And of course, great to be alongside you to do the games as we were up in Nova Scotia. And down here watching senior hockey, we got the best seat in the house every night.
Well, as Chris Merton and Gwyneth Paltrow said, we need a conscious uncoupling. We're going to separate for a few months. We'll be back in October.
I'm going to get a dictionary for that one.
That'll do it for our coverage as the Cataracts continue to celebrate their Herder victory. Thanks very much for watching and tuning in, listening in throughout this season, through the regular season, the playoffs. I want to thank you for all the kind words you sent our way. Congratulations to the Cataracts. Congratulations to the Caribous on a great Herder series. They fought back when it would have been so easy to roll over and call it a night after last Friday. They showed what they're made of. A couple of weeks' time, they head to the Allen Cup up in Dundas, just outside Hamilton. And so hats off. We cheer the Caribous on as they head to the Allen Cup. And I'm sure they'll do the province proud.
And because of the Cataracts victory, Cataracts now in the Allen Cup next year in Clarenville.
Yeah, next year in Clarenville, we'll see both these teams compete again for Canada's major senior prize, the Allen Cup. So still more hockey to be done. I'll just clue it up for us. Robert, it's been a pleasure all year. We've had a phenomenal year between this and, as Murray mentioned, the World Under 17. It's been quite a ride. Look forward to doing it again next year.
Definitely.
Folks, thanks very much. For Robert Golding, our cameraman Wayne Lynch and Bill Feltham will bring you all these great pictures. I'm George Scott. We'll see you again next year.